What the fuck is going on out there, people? You already know what it is. Kai Beam Podcast, episode 27. I am your humble host, Kai Beam, and I'm here, of course, with the boys, the myths, the legends, my co-host, Gomdo, and Mr. Elusive, as always.
Yo,
We have quite a bit of uh, diverse bit of why am I fucking blanking on the word? Topics. There we go. That word. Topics today. So we're gonna get straight into it, and we're going right into Marvel stuff because What If just happened this past week on Wednesday. Yeah, man. I can't wait to see a lot of these characters show up in live action. First of all, because I just feel like it's just gonna be cool seeing like how other characters react to that. Like, I mean, I'm assuming like with the Secret Wars stuff that they're seemingly teeing up. You know, you see Old Man Cap, and then maybe he sees Peggy, and he's like, "Whoa, okay, so you're." She's like, "Yeah, nigga, yeah, my universe, yeah, yeah, I'm Captain America now." Well, I mean Captain Britain, I guess technically. Which I made a note about that. Are they sort of like maybe setting up like the Captain Britain Corps or like something like
Well,
that?
I think first things first, spoiler warning if you haven't seen the What If series. If you haven't, you should probably not the video for you. Go ahead and watch it before you watch this podcast. But
True.
since this is like a one-off, I don't think this is going to dive really too deep into, like, set up any sort of lore. I don't think this is going to be like a Captain Britain corpse or anything like that. I mean, then again, it might, but I don't know. I mean,
Right.
it'd be awesome. It is kind of weird that she isn't called Captain Britain. She's just called Captain Carter. But
Right.
I think Captain
it could
Carter
lead
is
into the
kind of a
multiverse
recent
stuff.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can. But I also think because of the fact that Captain Carter, as a character, is kind of fresh, as an idea
from the
that they
Agent
didn't
Carter
polish.
series.
Well, even in Agent Carter, like she like didn't. She wasn't like a Captain Britain kind of type,
No.
but she would think that she was, or she would be.
Right, because I mean, technically, she just gave her that promotion anyway. Because of
Yeah.
she's like says you're just being like talking to that. Was that guy a general or whatever the hell he was? He was like he was just being a straight up dick towards her like the entire time.
He was being cartoonishly like dickish, and I was trying to tell if whether or not that was Tommy Lee Jones's character, because apparently he did voice one of the soldiers, but I think he might have been the ones that got shot in the very beginning.
Right, because events play out differently than in Captain America, so he may have died in that situation instead of the other way around.
Yeah.
Well, on top of that, for me, it's just like, hearing people's voices in live action versus animated like voice acting, it's kind of different. Haley Atwell is like no stranger to that, because she's played Peggy Carter in like very different roles or in different medias. Like she's done, again, the live action version. She's done a cameo as Peggy Carter in Avengers. What is it? The one that they try to copy off the MCU, that one cartoon. So she's no stranger to that. She's gonna bring the voice acting. The guy who played a Spider-Man, though, he's the one who voiced Steve Rogers.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Didn't know.
I mean, the whole casting thing, I was kind of gonna touch on it a little bit, which is kind of weird because some people were trying to say that they couldn't get some of the actors from the MCU to reprise the role because of scheduling conflicts and stuff like that. But there's like certain parts or certain cast members who didn't even get offered the chance to reprise, and that was like Dave Bautista. Because I remember, like, on Twitter, people were like, "Yeah, why aren't you voicing Drax?" And then he said, "I'll do you one better." Why didn't no one contact me? And then James Gunn didn't even know about that. Yeah, James Gunn didn't know about that, and he was like, "Say that again?" Like, they didn't contact you. So it's kind of, in that aspect, it's kind of funny, and funny in a kind of funky, like, fishy kind of way. But
because sometimes they're just like these actors, even though it's still voice acting, they gotta pay them the appropriate amount. So sometimes it's just cheaper to go with like
Yeah, like an
people who
off-brand. I mean, but in the case of like
Yeah.
like Tony and Cap, it's like, well, you know, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. I don't think they wanted to come back, just simply
I
because
mean,
they just didn't feel like it, probably. But,
probably. I mean, Chris Evans did voice how he just didn't want to. He just wanted to step away from that role, which I get that. It's just that like hearing how one of the actors weren't even approached to reprise the role kind of reminds me of like Powerpuff Girls reboot cartoon when like the OG voice actors like Tara Strong wasn't even approached, which is very strange because of the fact that she's like the godmother of all of the cartoon voices. But
right.
that's neither here or there. For me, the animation was kind of interesting, just
Yeah,
because of the
I
fact
enjoyed
that
the look of it.
yeah, they tried to go with like the cartoon, or not the cartoon, the comic book look. Not really like anime or even like low budget cartoon. Because I compared this to like Iron Man Armored Adventures, where apparently Tony Stark is a teenager and can build a highly highly weaponized suit along with his simp of a girlfriend, Pepper, in this
Simp.
cartoon. Oh, she is, because of the fact that like I watched that thing almost not religiously, but I was always catching it on TV when I was growing up, and like this is like the height of the Iron Man movies, so they kind of already established that Pepper and Tony kind of had this thing for each other. But so they took that aspect, dialed that till 11 before they were even established, and she was just like head over heels. Like she's like, oh my gosh, this guy's so smart. He's sexy as fuck. He haven't got a beard yet, but I can see it coming. Like man, it was like just set in stone. But what was I gonna say? It was funny seeing Steve kind of look like a cripple.
Yeah, like that whole aspect, man. I don't know if you saw it, had me dying, but I mean, when he said it, it was like, yeah, like Rob on Comics Explained or Geek Culture Explained, goes where he talks about all the Marvel shows and whatever. But he was just like, yeah, you know, it was interesting when Peggy got the serum because he was like, everything got bigger, everything. I was just like thinking,
Yeah.
leave it to a man's mind. Nah, he's not capping though. Literally everything did. But off that, yeah, it was just kind of cool to see the roles reversed because even in that, like, she's like literally, she was already taller than Steve, like by a good margin. When she got that serum, like, nigga, she's a giant compared to this man.
He's like 9 feet tall.
She's still in love with this scrawny nigga right here. So,
Of course.
yeah, like, it's just cool to see the dynamic working off each other. And like you said in the notes, with Howard Stark, like, you know, originally he wasn't able to figure the Tesseract out. How the fuck did he manage to do that in this universe? Like, that shit is
have
crazy.
no idea.
Like, he
I
literally made an Iron
don't.
Man suit based off of it, which is like, that's a huge leap.
And I'm surprised what's his face was even riding that suit. That must have been like the most unstable technology ever. And he
That's
had it
what I'm
right on his
saying.
freaking chest.
Bro, you mean to tell me that the Red Skull with I mean, no one on Red Skull's team was as smart as Howard Stark or even the Starks in general. At least I don't think so. But like he had the Tesseract for like what, a couple months, and he managed to turn that shit into a battery. You know how many niggas couldn't do that in 2012? That shit's ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, no.
I was like,
Shit.
wow. And I mean, like, the funny thing is just the fact that Peggy Carter is she's a maniac when she has that super soldier serum. She's killing people creatively at this point.
No,
And then her with Steve, these guys look like homicidal maniacs. Like, for real. She's over here smiling, cutting people up with her shield. You got the most baffling part for me was when she was like in the sky, and I just couldn't help but just say, like, I'm like, how the fuck is she doing this? They're over here flying like a couple. She's diving like a bird and just running into airplanes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
what the fuck?
she was a fucking savage. Like, even she, like, when she first started fighting, she was like, you know, I'm usually a lot more subtle, but fuck it. I was just like, what the fuck? Yeah, she's just going ham, honestly. And then, like, that shit kind of transitioned because, like, you know, I'm kind of jumping around, but, like, when she was fighting that creature, too, that Red Skull summon, I have to wonder, it's obviously not Shumagorath like everyone, you know, was thinking it was going to be, but I do have to wonder if it's one of his, like, race, what they call the many-angled ones. They reside between universes, so... I mean, it makes sense because that's a teasing towards Shumagorath himself. He's supposed to show up in Doctor Strange too. But go ahead,
Right.
Izzy. Yeah.
And they did say like if they weren't going to stop it, he was just going to keep it expanding until he like suck up the entire Earth. So
Right. Yeah. And I'm assuming because like the whole premise in Doctor Strange 2 is the fact that you have America Chavez who can hop between dimensions. And apparently like that like Shumagorath becomes aware of that. He's like, "Oh, I could just use this chick right here to invade, you know, the main Marvel universe and take it over." So I'm assuming he's just going to be chasing her around. But what was funny was when she ported through that, instead of getting frozen in ice like Steve did, she actually gets ported through that portal holding off that beast. And then, you know, she appears in modern day and she comes through with like a sword and a shield, and there's like, "Ma'am, can you put the sword down, please?" And then she's just like, "It's been 70 years. She's like, "Oh." It's just like, yeah.
It was just a reminiscence to that Loki scene when he came out with his pointy, stupid stick with a Tesseract on it.
Yeah, they were like, "Please put down the spear." This nigga looked at his spear and just proceeded to kill everyone. That shit was pretty funny, actually. But yeah, it was cool. Like I attribute this episode. I'm assuming the rest of the series is gonna feel like that, like a walk down the MCU like memory road, right? Like, you're going to see things that you remember, but also things that are just vastly different. I like how, like, with the Watcher, he's like, "Yep, this is the moment right here where things just turn left." Like, Peggy staying in the room. Yeah, Peggy staying in the room just literally made everything go different. Steve got shot. I mean, the
where did he get shot exactly?
I think in his stomach. I think right in his stomach.
That's what confused me, because I was like, okay, if he got shot in the stomach, why did he
why didn't you just... And also, if he got shot, if he's like literally dying, wouldn't that be a better idea to toss his ass in that stupid ass machine and see what happens anyway?
That is
maybe
true.
His healing factor would kick in, but whatever. I guess they had to find a way to create some form of some form of alternate version of Captain America. So I guess that's
he couldn't step in there if he got wounded, because of the fact it already took energy to kind of put him in there. Because remember before, when he was not even hurt, they wanted to take him out because he was already in pain. He probably would have died.
That is true.
He would have been one buff corpse coming out of there, and they would have wasted millions of dollars or billions of dollars, whatever the currency.
I don't know. Healing factors kick in when people even after they die. So who knows?
It's just but that's kind of like that.
That's like Wolverine. You're that's like his healing factor compared to, like, let's say Captain America is completely different, or Deadpool even. Like,
and that's just a cartoon.
Yeah, but
it like comic book shit, anything can happen. I don't know. Like I cannot like put real world logic to that shit. Even if that was like live action, I would still think like if they really wanted to, they would have still put his ass in there. He would have freaking survived. It's just that they had to create another alternate Captain America, so that's why they went with that explanation. But I think he could have survived if he would have just stayed in that machine and they continued with this.
I was kind of thinking he was gonna die at some point in this episode.
I did too.
Just because of the fact that like they had that Hydra Stomper and stuff like that, and when he got captured, because boy, when that they got on that train, no Winter Soldier, but I thought it was gonna be Winter Steve because of the fact that he got blown to smithereens, and I was like, damn.
Could you imagine? Could you
have enough time to do that?
That would be sick if they made it to where Steve became the Winter Soldier, and that was Peggy's worst enemy, someone she can't even kill because she still loves him, right? So she has to find a way to save him. That would be interesting.
It would definitely be interesting. I don't know. I do agree with you though, as far as like how they're kind of rehashing it being like memory lane. I do hope they don't make it too much of a habit where they feel like they have to use a lot of exposition to kind of explain things you already know. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've seen people say that like, oh, why do I need to watch this show? If people who haven't watched, guys, if you haven't watched it, like, if you haven't watched the MCU by now, and it's been 10 years in the making, you're just not a fan. I'm sorry. It's these are one of these things where it's like it's for fans who are, I would say, seasoned veterans of this franchise. You gotta watch it. All 23 movies so far are out on Blu-ray. Just pick it up. But I don't want them to just rehash it over and over again. Because like this was okay, but I don't want them to do the same thing for um, Guardians of the Galaxy or Wakanda of the Galaxy, whatever they're gonna call it.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's basically what they're gonna do for like 4 or 5 episodes. The last episode, last few episodes, is probably gonna be something where it involves them finally making up their mind to go and like fight Ultra Bodacious Ultron or whatever. But
right.
besides that, I think they're just gonna rehash every other movie that they ever made, but try to compact it into
Yeah, the difference is like you
so,
see like where it branched off or whatever like
right.
that. I mean, it is
Yeah,
gonna
like
be
that
interesting.
part, that's fine. That's the thing I'm fine with. Like if they do that whole thing where they show where the sequence of events happened and then they just branch off from there, like I'm cool with that. It's just that there's certain parts of the Peggy Carter or the Captain Carter episode where like Bucky is just like, you almost tore my arm off. Like I get it, you could have been the Winter Soldier, but not
Yeah,
in this lifetime. I don't want
right,
them to do that.
right. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see like where everything kind of goes because I believe episode 2, like it's supposed to be what if Black Widow like killed Iron Man, which I'm assuming that means she's still like a Russian sleeper agent, right? Then she would
Wait,
probably not have
that's
defected from. I believe that's what I saw. I believe Emergency Austin
I
was
didn't see
talking
the
about it.
next trailer. Oh, I thought
Yeah,
it was Black
That's
Panther.
because after he ate the donut, he got a heart attack off the damn
or
donut and
maybe
died.
it's swapped. Maybe the next one is Black Panther, and then the one after that is the one with Black Widow. But yeah, it seems
That-
like with Black Widow, she just didn't defect from the Red Room, and
I don't think
she's
that's what they're going for because because remember the entire premise of Iron Man 2 was Tony was already dying because he couldn't figure out his little what's that shit in his chest was killing his ass and he couldn't figure out a way to like fix it, and
Yeah.
eventually he did figure it out. So it may be just be that he did. It's a universe where he didn't figure that shit out soon enough, and Natasha
well.
was helping him
I
in
mean,
that
she
to actually
was,
do that.
but like at the point that he died, unless they just made it to where it just immediately killed him
It
right
was
there.
too late.
Yeah, like he
Yeah,
just like
that is
before
true.
Nick Fury could even tell him, "Hey, you should look at this." Like he just immediately died. Like that would be
So,
pretty wild, actually.
That would be awful.
But I mean, I could have swore I saw a screenshot where they were like taking Black Widow to like interrogate her or something.
Well, I would
So
because you still remember like Hydra was still part of the Shield at the time, so I wouldn't put it past them framing her for stuff like that anyway. And she
true.
may not
Yeah.
have actually killed him, but they may just frame her just to get her out the way. Because we all know Hydra. Those motherfuckers don't like people getting that way when they want to accomplish shit. They'll
True.
frame you
Yeah.
and try to screw you over.
Which
Well, they
I
did
meant
say
to
this
say.
the
Oh,
third episode.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I meant to say too earlier. The Hydra Stomper name is supposed to be a reference to the fact of in the comics of Steve becoming the Hydra Steve. Niggas fucking overtaking everything. So,
Oh yeah.
So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, you can go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say like I don't know where like the episode placement is supposed to be. I didn't see the next trailer or the next episode trailer, but I did hear that the third episode is supposed to be like a murder mystery where like shit's supposed to get real. And the guys who reviewed the episodes, they're like, yes, like you thought the first episode was a little dark. It gets a little bit darker as the episodes go on, and episode 3 is like one of the darkest ones because it's just so brutal and
Damn, wow.
it's
I like that.
yeah.
I like that. That sounds dope. For real. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, man. I think the series is off to a good start, and it's just cool to see how like everything is sort of connected. Like they literally even show you when the series starts off, like basically what had happened in Loki with all the splitting offs and the little alternate realities and then all these branches and it's like all these possibilities and this and that. Like it's gonna be cool to see what they come up with. And this shit can go on for a long time. honestly.
It could go on for a long time, but you want to know something stupid I saw on the internet when someone was like asking, they're like, "Where's the TVA in all this?" Nigga, are you serious?
They can't fix all that. You saw how many branches and lines there are? Like, they aren't fixing that. Like, the multiverse is here to stay until it just eventually, which everyone's thinking, it's just going to collapse in on itself, and then we'll have, like, the one universe where everything is together, right?
Then it'll make our extra reboot again and start from scratch.
Right.
Then now they have to recast every Iron Man, every Captain America, and every other. Yeah, that's gonna be like 50 years down from here. We're gonna be old as hell.
I mean, they did say they have plans until like they always extend it. Last time I remember, they're like, "Yeah, we got plans until 2026," but now they're like, "Yeah, we got plans until 2032." My guy, I don't know what in the world they got envisioned for 2032.
Reboot,
but probably no. I definitely do see a semi-soft reboot because of the fact that like once they get all the properties together, they're gonna want to do like one last big hurrah with all these characters.
And eventually, you're probably gonna have like Avengers versus the X-Men or some stupid ass world colliding, it's like universe colliding event.
Yeah.
Where it's just straight up like screw everything over, and they have to like murder a whole bunch of people, and then somebody's just gonna come in there like a one for all. Somebody powerful and say, "Well, I'm tired of this shit. Time to go back to zero."
Yeah. The way they could do that is just have the Beyonders, to be real. Have them show up and just fucking wipe everything.
Oh, they could always go with Black Death and have Thor be the last surviving person in the universe.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not Black Death. What's the black? It says they called it the cloud that flies in space that was trying to wipe out the entire universe. Where
Black Winter.
Black Winter. Yeah. They could always go with that and wipe out the entire universe like that.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah, I forgot about that one too. Like literally, it was like what Thor and Galactus.
And Galactus,
Thor became Galactus's hero. Galactus. That was pretty sick.
Yep.
Actually, yeah.
So. And eventually Thor had to kill Galactus and kill the Black Winter, and he became,
Yeah.
Sorry for the street race.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thor in like the comics as the Hero of Galactus, that dude is just so powerful. And I saw like one panel or one comic book chapter where he is so strong at this point that he's like, "Yeah, Mjolnir, don't need it." And he was asking Steve. I think he was, if I remember correctly, I think he was like asking Steve if he should have it because apparently, I think one or two things happened. He took the enchantment off, or like it's to a point where a lot of people can just pick it up at any point now.
Wow.
So actually, no, he did because Tony Stark picked it up.
Yeah, there's no way Tony would be able to pick it up if it didn't have that enchantment on it.
Yeah.
No, because there was a time that Tony actually did like write a similar enchantment on his suit to be able to like where he could pick up Thor's hammer, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, is that the one that he built his suit out of the destroyer armor or some shit like that? I don't remember, but yeah, like that entire storyline may be cool, but first of all, like they do have to like introduce like all the extended universe cosmic characters for
they do
that thing to work the way it should be working anyway.
Yeah, they need to like fully do. Yeah, we are because I mean we've literally seen like a statue of the Living Tribunal at this point, so they just need to actually show the cosmic entities like Galactus and Eternity. All these guys. That would be cool. I mean, and we are getting there with the. What's it with the movie coming up? Celestials.
Eternal.
Yeah, the Celestials.
Is that kind of Celestials or Eternals?
The Eternals, but the Celestials are going to make an appearance in that too. So.
Yeah, and they could use that as not a backdoor cameo, but like more of a more detailed explanation eventually. Because if they're introducing a Watchman, eventually they are probably going to try to do that story. Who killed the Watchman? Because that was also another good story anyway. So we could see where that goes.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, I mean, good premiere as always. I think I know I said it like in the comments of the channel. The man, we're both fucked up today. The Discord channel. and I was saying that I'm not really as like thirsty for a new episode because considering the fact that it's like animated and it's 34 minutes. It's way longer than the average cartoon show. They're typically 23 minutes, 20 to 23.
Right.
Right.
So, as this thing comes out every Wednesday, I'll just be catching up on it, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear how?
I don't hardly. I just want to say I agree with that. I don't really feel like we got to see the next episode. Like I'm excited for it, but
Yeah.
it's not like how it was when it was like WandaVision or Falcon and Loki.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Anyways, where are we gonna go next?
I was gonna say, you guys want to hear how bad Disney and Marvel is just fucking up in general?
Yeah.
Because I want to get into
who's suing them this time around.
Well, it's not the fact that who's suing. It's just that all these things are coming out now, and it's just kind of showcasing how greedy Disney is.
Of course, bro. They are corporations, bro.
I get that they're corporations, but the thing is, though, is that
they have always been like that.
I've said the same thing, and there's a reason why I said I would never. Or something? Yes, people are surprised because of the fact that people have selective memory. People forget that.
They have always
Disney
been like that.
Was a Nazi sympathizer. They forget all these sort of things about Disney. Yeah, of course. I know some things about the industry secrets and stuff like that. As far as like as an employee, which is the reasons why I would never want to work there as an employee. Trust me, I know. But people who don't, like, I didn't know about this whole thing about the Marvel Studios only paying $5,000 for their IP. That's fucked. I didn't know about that because apparently if you create a whole character and you create lore and stuff like that, you sell it to Marvel, they only give you $5,000 to a company that earns billions and billions of dollars. Even in COVID, mind you, they earn all this amount of money, but they can only pay you $5,000. Like, that's fucking whack. And I will tell people who are artists who create their own IPs or mangas, do not sell to Marvel at all. And I don't even know why anyone would even want to sell your IP to comics anyways, because the comic industry is going down the shitter. I'm not kidding you at all. Like, Marvel and DC at this point are honestly going to be relying on the movies that they make, not the comics that create the characters, like new stories, because it's trash. But the other thing is too is the fact that it came out that Scarlett Johansson pretty much got blacklisted by Disney.
I called this. I literally called this when that news broke that she was suing them. I knew that's what they were gonna do. Immediately.
Oh yeah, no. There's no way that the an actor was gonna go against a corporation like that and think they're gonna get away with it, because to Disney a lawsuit is embarrassing to them. Right. They're like, we got a mouse. We got Tinkerbell. But I mean, that's what happens when you end up shortcutting your actors and your employees like that, and you go against their negotiated contracts. I mean, they cut her out of anything. I don't know what Tower of Terror was, but we ain't gonna find out. That's for sure.
Yeah, they said, you're writing and producing that, canceled. So does that mean, like, in future, like, what if shit, they're just gonna, like, get a new actress, get a new voice actress, like,
probably, or just kill a character off. I mean, I'm not sure if they're as petty. I'm not sure if they're as petty as what the CW does, because I know for a fact when that guy who played as Ralph, they did him dirty. I still remember that episode to this day. They melted this nigga's face like Laffy Taffy, and then decided to make him into Daft Punk because of the fact that they were like, yeah, fuck you for doing this shit. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Scarlett Johansson, I think she'll be fine because she's a really good actress.
She's a prolific actress. I mean, after this, she was probably done with Disney anyway. I don't see how she would continue working with them. So that was probably a blessing in disguise, where she's like, all right, niggas, bet.
But you gotta think, though, it kind of sucks because of the fact that Disney owns a lot.
Yeah, like, they do. They unfortunately.
Because if you think she's gonna get a 20th Century Fox studio movie, nope.
Fuck no.
It's not for a while.
Yeah, I mean, she could always go, like, I don't know, like, just do her own thing. Maybe she'll start her her own.
She probably will, and it goes with what you said that she's a very prolific actress. If she can play a Japanese girl somehow, she'll be fine.
Right? No, yeah, real.
She's
talk.
fine. But I just think that if someone else definitely said this, like Latita Wright, the girl who played Shuri, Letitia, no, she'd be done. She'd be done.
Yeah, but she ain't getting any kind of Disney part ever again, or any kind of other part that.
Well, actually, now that we said that, I did hear that her role got minimized for Black Panther 2 because of that comment she made about the vaccine. So that is that was.
So what is going to be the plan then? You know what? Maybe what people are thinking might actually come true is that Killmonger is going
to be the Black Panther. That's going to be what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to come back. He died.
Dude, what if is going to bring his ass back from
forget
another,
in the what if literally
universe, bro.
for the promotion because the universe that T'Challa got taken by Yondu, I'm pretty sure in that universe.
So that's the universe that Killmonger became the Black Panther. So they're going to just bring him through there and call it a day.
They'd have to do a lot of explaining for that to happen because of the fact that it's just it's kind of too soon. I really don't know how they would have to. I don't know how they could.
Black Panther's a ways off, bro. They can do that.
It's not like it's coming out anytime soon. Like that shit is not coming out till like
it's like 5 or 4 years out. So they got time.
I mean, that is a little bit of time, but it's not really. It's not a whole lot of time. But I mean, these guys are professionals. They can handle it. They'll figure it out if they do that. It would definitely be interesting.
My vote, I actually was in favor of Shuri becoming the Black Panther, like how it was in the comics. Like maybe they don't necessarily kill T'Challa. He just goes off and does his own thing.
The movie industry is kind of pretty much like sometimes like the video game industry. When people bet money on what is going to sell, they still have this stupid idea that buff dudes in tights are what sells fucking shit, like tickets and shit. So
right.
If it's all about it, they're not gonna fucking make Shuri like the Black Panther anytime soon. They have to bring somebody who's like a male character in the place. I mean, it sounds like fucking stupid, but that's what these corporate heads are already. Yeah, the reality of things. So her being the Black Panther is way too soon. So they're not gonna make her Black Panther anytime soon because like I told you, like the initial plan, may his soul rest in peace, like before Chadwick Boseman died, like the initial plan was him going on to become like the new leader of the Avengers eventually. So
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So
fuck, dude.
They were really banking on him for like the long term. So they're not gonna put Shuri in that role because she's not. They don't want her being the leader of the Avengers anytime soon. Maybe the Young Avengers, but even then, that is still like a stretch anyway. So we'll see.
Right.
I mean, they're eventually gonna recast T'Challa because of the
no, they will. They would definitely do that. I'm not even gonna put it past them. It's just like at the point when he passed, when Chadwick passed away, like that couldn't be like the narrative of things because that's what everybody was fucking talking about. Is he gonna get recast by Black Panther? They still are grieving and like letting the family go through that mourning process. Everybody is over here. They don't even really care that this man passed away. They're over here crying about fucking who's gonna be playing Black Panther next. And of course, Disney being the corporate heads they don't want that to be the narrative that people are going behind. So they had to come out and say, yeah, nobody's getting recast for anything. And try to shut that shit down really quickly, just so everybody should have time to grieve. But people have moved past that now, and they'll bring out a lot of property. So eventually, he is going to get recast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Gone
guess
too
we'll
soon,
cross that road when we get there.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah. You're saying all these Marvel movies are getting delayed again. I mean, Venom got delayed until October, which isn't so bad. But
yeah, it was only a couple weeks. But like you said too, I really hope, man, No Way Home doesn't come till September or December, bro. Like,
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Just please let it work.
I don't think it's gonna. I really don't think it's gonna happen. I think they might delay it until maybe early spring, the latest.
I mean, shit. If they're gonna do that, like literally, Shang-Chi comes out in like what, 1, 2, 3 weeks from now.
They might push. Oh, 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, it comes out September 3rd.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna try to see how that goes, but Marvel and Sony are really banking on Spider-Man: No Way Home because they want this to be the biggest film
like the
in
theatrical
their caliber.
release.
Yeah, because they said they're not gonna have that. They're not gonna have that thing be on a streaming service. I mean, they couldn't do it anyways because of the fact
that's
that,
why they're using Shang-Chi to test out the water, because like I don't know if you read that interview with Marvel president where he says like Shang-Chi isn't gonna be releasing on Disney or Disney Plus either. It's gonna be releasing in theaters, so it's gonna be an interesting experiment to see how things goes.
Right.
Well, they couldn't do it. They couldn't release Spider-Man on streaming anyways because Disney doesn't have the rights yet.
Right, Sony isn't gonna allow that shit either. So
yeah. So like that's its own separate thing. But I mean, yeah, Shang-Chi being in theaters, I hope it does well. But I just feel like with COVID going on right here, and I got something at the end because I'm getting frustrated at this point. But I don't think No Way Home is going to be a December release. I think that's the reason why we haven't seen a trailer.
I want to be hopeful and say it will be, but part of me believes you probably are right.
Nigga, if you see the shit that I saw data wise, y'all don't know how the fuck you're surviving in Georgia right now because the South is getting eaten up.
Dude, I'm not even going outside though. That's the problem. I stay my ass inside. Like there's stupidity out there. It's just idiotic. They're telling people to wear masks and shit, and people are still over here bucking and that shit and trying to create riots and shit. I'm like, okay, stupid.
Yeah. I'll get to that point. I'll share my grievances towards the end because I'm not trying to get this active like that right now. But man, how does it feel to be called a nigga by a zombie though?
yeah, that shit is funny. I don't think that thing was intentional, but you said that they took it out already, right?
It wasn't intentional. How they explained how it could have happened was very weird. Because they said that it was generated at random, where like it was spliced different audios together, and turned into like a groan, which is really weird how they said that because it's like I'm not gonna say okay I blame these guys for possibility of them making a zombie say nigga or something like that. That's what people heard. But it was just kind of interesting how they said it. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, people were playing Back 4 Blood, and there's a point where someone's playing, and then a zombie is just groaning, "Nigga," like, just,
yeah. Which is funny because I played the beta and I actually enjoy that game. I think it's pretty fun, and I didn't hear that not once. So that shit is pretty interesting.
I mean, no one can argue that the zombie's racist, because if it was racist, would he really be trying to go after a black human being? Zombies are like one of the least racist things in existence. If you want to be technical.
Yeah, no, they will eat you
everything,
no matter what. You are a kid, woman, child, black, white, Asian. It does not matter. You're dead.
It does not matter. Yeah. They are the most accepting, inclusive groups of people.
Oh, unless we're talking about the Key and Peele zombies. Those shits were pretty funny. Those niggas ran by, looked by a couple in the damn car. They rolled their windows up, even though they're damn zombies. It's like, what the fuck? And then they're like, oh, hey, man, you're black too? Yeah, these are racist ass zombies, man. We're having a barbecue. Come on, guys. It's like, what the fuck?
The microaggressions.
For real. That shit is hilarious, man.
But no, I just thought it was funny because every time I see people like play it and they get to that same part, because it kind of happened at that same like moment where they're kind of like in between like a warehouse or something like that. Yeah, and then they would just be surprised. They're like, what did he say? Like, man, shit is hilarious.
Yeah. It was. But I definitely tell you guys, I don't know when the beta, I think it's like in 2 days. And I think you guys should try it out. I think it's pretty fun. I think I might end up getting it because me and Wes were trying it out just to see like how it would be. And basically it's like a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. So
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really like a horde zombie kind of gamer like that.
It's
I
it
mean,
doesn't
it
only have
looks.
horde mode. It has like a story too. So
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I have
co-op
to look
story.
into it.
Yeah, I mean,
Just kind
just
of.
you could check it out. I mean, yeah, just something to maybe play, maybe.
Yeah.
But what? No, no, we have something else for games. So what's this about PS Plus putting Crunchyroll
Oh,
with?
yeah, because you remember, and it's kind of was going on. I think when we had our old YouTube channel, believe it or not, where people were the talks of Sony, Funimation, Crunchyroll kind of combining into like a merger.
Right.
So it actually happened. It actually happened to where they got Crunchyroll, and I think Crunchyroll also is a part of Funimation. So Sony owns, I think Sony owns a little like a kind of a handful of animation studios like that. Like they own, I think Aniplex or something like that. They got Funimation. So people
Right.
were saying that with this acquisition of Crunchyroll, that it could be included into PlayStation Plus. But this is good. I mean, if you want to watch, Crunchyroll
Is
on your
it gonna be
PlayStation
is
4 or
it gonna be
5.
a permanent perk, or is it one of those 3 months nonsense where they're trying to rope your ass in for you to get in, then they screw you over and tell you got to continue paying a subscription fee? Because if it's one of those, I'll tell people not to sign up for that shit.
See, that's the thing. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking if they
If
have
it is
that, they might increase the PSN price or the PS Plus
if it is part
price.
of a PS
Yeah.
Plus perk, then I don't mind. But if it isn't, don't sign up for
Well,
that
no,
crap. They're
it
just trying
does
to
it
rope
does
you
say
into it.
it says the plan is included along with PS Plus, so it is included along with it.
So
It's
which
just that.
No,
means yeah,
they
it will.
they have no fucking excuse to increase that price. They already increased the PS price plus PlayStation Plus price twice already. They can't fucking stop doing that shit
You
again.
really think they're gonna
I
stop,
was gonna
dude?
say, you
They're
think they got to
not.
you think
They're
that's gonna
not.
have be an excuse? They're gonna use that
Yeah.
as a reason to get uh PS Plus.
Yeah,
They're
they'll
gonna
be
That's
like,
increase the
true.
yeah,
price.
Because
extra $5, so
there
65
was a
now.
research that they already did, I think in Belgium or whatnot, of the increase in price for PlayStation Plus. So yeah, scratch that. Yeah,
I could
that's gonna
see
happen.
definitely Belgium hates loot boxes and stuff like that. They've been,
They
yeah,
did that experiment in Belgium with PlayStation Plus, but instead of using Crunchyroll, they were using the PlayStation Video streaming app, the PlayStation Video app as the buffer for like the increase in PlayStation Plus. But eventually, remember that went out of business.
yeah.
Right.
Well, we'll see how this goes. I mean, if the price doesn't change, probably, yeah, I can see myself getting PlayStation Plus again just to watch anime. I mean, I don't know what anime is out there because it's kind of hard,
There's a lot.
honestly.
Like like I told Izzy this already, but my buddy Wes that I play with on PSN, he's like a huge anime buff, like Izzy is, or not anime, but manga type stuff, and he's always telling me like shit I should watch and things like that. So there's plenty to watch. Trust me, there's plenty.
I mean, I guess I'm just not actively looking
Me either.
as much, but it's
Like,
just at the same time though too, like all these animes used to be on Netflix or Hulu and stuff like that. But now that all these streaming services kind of popped up, they're spread out sporadically like the Dragon Balls, and you got to actually look
The only,
for them, see
the
if they're
only thing I'm
popular.
gonna be happy about with that is because Crunchyroll is the where the One Piece new episodes come out at, right? Or is that Funimation?
uh, I
It
think
might be actually because
I think no, it's Funimation, but I mean I don't know
No,
if
I
they have
think
plans.
One Piece does come out on Crunchyroll too, if I'm not mistaken. So if it does, if they do have new episodes with Crunchyroll, I will watch that. But
hang on, let me see.
I'm more into manga than fucking anime these days, man. Like, I mean, it is kind of cool, like watching my favorite mangas come into anime format, but sometimes it's just whatever with that shit now, man.
They
Like
they they do have
One
One
Piece on there,
Piece.
yeah. So
Well,
I
because
could.
like I said, One Piece got Funimation, so all that stuff is going to be on there. There's Dragon Ball on there, everything. So
Right.
I mean, I got into Fire Force recently because I've seen people just talk about how good of a show that was, and I don't know, I just didn't want to give it a chance
I
because
mean, have you seen or ever heard the show Soul Eater?
Soul Eater.
No, I haven't seen it.
Because
Oh,
the creator of
uh,
Soul Eater is the creator of Fire Force. So
yes,
if you've seen
I,
Soul Eater before, then you know what to
I, I,
expect.
I did see Soul Eater. I didn't really like it that much, just because like some of the characters just seem kind of weird. But since I've gotten a little bit, I've gotten kind of far into like the first season of the show, and I really like it. And then I was like doing my own research, and apparently people are trying to say that Fire Force and Soul Eater are in the same universe, but
Yeah,
just time periods.
different.
Because apparently, I guess in Fire Force the world got fucked up, and we got Soul Eater now, which is, I mean, it's kind of cool to have that sort of consistency or continuity. But I really like Fire Force, honestly. I like the art style. Animation is absolutely absurd because of the fact that I I it seems like it's majority Sakuga animation, which is just wild to me. Which, you guys, if you don't know what Sakuga like animation is, it's like when they have the impact frames where like shit is like highly detailed but very fluid,
Gotcha.
like scenes like that. It almost just makes it seem like they have it on 11 all the time, and just the main character, Shinra, he's he's definitely interesting as a main character. Like his sort of thing that brings him out is like his devil smile. So they nickname him Devilfoot because he can also like firebend out of his feet. A lot of the characters are also pretty cool. It's not like they're not annoying with the characters, which is like something that I really like about this anime, because certain animes at this point, at least the ones that come out on Netflix, they try to get so meta with their dialogue that it's just so annoying. And I have another anime, which is Darwin's Game, that I'll talk about briefly, that does this. But Beam, if you haven't seen Fire Force, I definitely would. There's this one character. It's kind of funny. It's definitely fan service. She's called Tamaki. For some strange reason, she'll find herself running towards a character, and she has this ability called Lucky Leecher, which is a code for potential sexual harassment, because she'll run, right? She'll run, and then somehow her skirt will fall off. She'll run so fast, apparently she'll run into a nigga's face with her thighs, or her ass, and I'm just like, how the fuck? And it's kind of funny because of the fact that you characters are just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what's she doing? Because the last episode I watched, they were all gonna like cook, and somehow when she put her apron on, her clothes just disappeared, and all the girls that were gonna help her, they're like, how did you get into this position, Tamaki? The fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, another thing that you like say is like Fire Force, like the entire universe of Fire Force is kind of like how like the author always connect his universes. It's kind of similar to a fairy tales universe, or should I say fairy tale author universe, where like all his previous stories always have like a connection to it. Like, for example, in like the fairy tale universe, or let me call it the Rave Master universe, because he started with Rave Master. Like, the one connection that all the universes always have is the blue cat called Happy. Like, every character in his manga always have if every character in his different mangas always have a cat called Happy. It's like a flying cat that can sprout wings, and it's part of this race called the Exceed or whatever. But like, that's one of the baseline of the connection in all the universes. Even though like the universes are connected, their events may just happen in different kind of like either different continent or just different time periods or whatnot. So it's kind of the same with the Fire Force universe. Like, one of the connection that they have in common is like the smiling moon and the angry sun.
Yeah.
Smiling moon and I think I watched like one episode of Soul Eater, so I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have this thing too where like the characters when they go crazy, they go sicko mode when they're like trying to get their point across. There's one episode I watched. This guy reminded me of Goku if he was like more insane, if he was clinically insane.
Like the smile they have is like Joker level kind of fucking smile, but they're really angry though.
He took Tamaki because he was basically responsible for creating combustible people, and she had no idea what he was doing. She just wanted to help because she admired this guy, and he was just like, "Oh, I thank you so much," and he hugged her, and I thought he killed her because he squeezed her so hard I heard a snap, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, the dude sounded like Fred from Scooby Doo to me. It was really hilarious. But
Fred.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good series. Like
It
the fights in there are really well choreographed too, and the animation is very fluid. So you'll like it.
Fucking wild, bro. The fire, like you gotta realize how hard it is to animate fire, and the way that they do it. It's
so fucking crazy, man.
I was like, oh my god. Oh man, I love it. I love the show.
And it's not one of those stories with like ass pull power ups either. Like those guys actually train to actually become stronger. So
the guy,
you're not gonna be getting crap.
The guy who, the guy who helped Shinra when the fire in his house started. The dude was OP as fuck because Shinra was already strong, but this guy right here, he punched him in the stomach. Without him actually punching him in the stomach, he punched him with a gust of wind. And I was like, this guy's an OG. This guy's an OG.
That's
but Beam, if you haven't watched it, I definitely watched this over this weird-ass anime called Darwin's Game. Because Darwin's Game is a whack-ass, kind of weird anime. It is weird.
Yeah, I've heard about Fire Force for sure. I need to check it out, I know, for sure.
Yeah. Have you watched Darwin's Game?
Bro, I don't like most of the times I don't really go out of my way to find animes to watch, but like I do kind of like some of the new nostalgia animes they're bringing back because Netflix is bringing back Shaman King and dubbing it because I was watching it and stuff, but I would definitely check it out again in dub on Netflix because like I grew up watching Shaman King when I was little on like 4Kids TV, and obviously they butcher that shit up. So, but this one is like this one is a completely like remake, and they put like all the crap, all the dialogues and all the shit like 4Kids likes to cut out. They are actually like animated like how the manga is written. So, I'm definitely gonna be checking that out on Netflix soon. Kind of like how like Hunter 2011. So. I had to check out the entire remix episode, and they were pretty good too. So
yeah. I could never get invested in Hunter x Hunter just because of the fact that I feel like there would be no conclusion.
Yep.
No,
pretty much.
I mean, that's how I feel too. Like Hunter x Hunter is one of those perpetual story that just limbo. That just goes on hiatus all the time. So people just call it hiatus because that's pretty much what it is now. But the author pretty much will come out with just one freaking chapter a year, and he just goes back on hiatus. Like, well, fuck it, bye guys.
People are like saying like his wife should take over.
I mean, she's very talented. So all he has to do
she created Sailor Moon. So
all he has to do is just let her freaking do the drawing while he tell her like the story roadmap. But like all Japanese creators, they like to be hands-on with that shit and never like people touching their work. So
yeah, but it's weird. They're married, and it really sucks seeing someone dude. Made Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho's GOAT.
It was boss, bro. Because like Yu Yu Hakusho is like the classic baseline of what Dragon Ball transformation came from. I mean Dragon Ball Z transformation came from.
Yeah.
So yeah. But maybe next time we'll see authors who are willing to like give that baby up to somebody else and just write the manuscript because like Korean Korean and Chinese authors are really famous for that. Where like if like the author of One Punch Man, if he wasn't gonna give his manuscript script to like uh, how you say a Japanese manga creator to like help him draw the story, we wouldn't be getting good fucking One Punch Man episodes now. Because like if you read the original work of One Punch Man, like the one that won, that's the author's name. Like that's his pen name. The one that he creates himself. Like the characters are literally like stick figures.
Yeah, they're horribly drawn.
I can draw for shit, but like it's not really drawn right. And so if you see the interpretation of the guy who's actually drawing the manga, like the amount of details that he put into that just from reading one's work, like it shows. So our authors need to be willing to like actually give, like not give that work, but like if they can
not have such
not
have such a hands-on. Toriyama did that with Toyotaro.
Toriyama and Kishimoto kind of came back because he was like, y'all are giving Sarada too much screen time. We need to fix that. So.
Giving Sarada too much screen time.
And toss her out of there, yeah. But yeah, artists need to be willing to like, if they can't continue to work, just have somebody who you trust and like pass them the baton and just give them like you can be hands-on vocally without being hands-on with the art, you know, just because there are people out there who want to see your work, but come on, man, stop holding out. You're just being a tease at this point. Come on.
I mean, a lot of people with this stuff right here, and I definitely understand where they're coming from. They sink their soul into this. That's practically their essence. And to sign that off to someone is nobody's
gonna live forever, dude. So like, if
I get that, eventually, but the thing is just like if it fails, I'm pretty sure. Say if he did give Hunter x Hunter to someone other than his wife, they fucked it up. That nigga's dead. He's gonna die. But the fact that if it fails, his whole life's work basically just went down to the shit.
But that's the thing, though. You can't be hands on without being hands on. If you know what I'm saying, right? Where like you can see every step of the process, but you don't have to be the one drawing this shit, man. Because that's one of the biggest problem that he has right now with like the drawing, because he wants to he's doing that older shit where he wants to draw everything himself. And like if you ever read Hunter x Hunter, like the amount of detail that this man puts into that shit and like amount of dialogues
it's a lot.
Hunter x Hunter has the most dialogue heavy manga ever, dude. Like it is really detailed. So like he really goes in there. So like,
but it's one of those things though. It's like if you have something that you created, only you are gonna have that vision. You can try to explain it as best as possible to someone.
Right. Nobody is going to be able to do it as good as you can. I get that.
Yeah, because whether it's like the fact that Gome is wearing short shorts or he's wearing khakis, like
nobody's going to get it good.
The creator will know. Yeah, only the creator will get to the points that you want to. And I understand it. It just sucks. It sucks that he has to go through that and it's fucking with his health. Because I'm looking at some pages now. This shit is highly detailed. What the fuck?
And also, that's another thing too, because there are sometimes like you could have like an entire image in your mind, right? But you cannot explain it to somebody. You have to actually like write it down or like draw it yourself, you know? So I can understand the creative process behind that. So yeah. That is also understandable.
That shit all the time, or I've been doing that shit constantly for this past week when it came to this commission that I'm doing. Like it's for the person I'm working for. He has to when he explains it to me, I don't exactly get sometimes what he's trying to get to, and I have to create it myself. Even then, he's like, it's not exactly like that, but it's close, and I'm like, all right, well, we're getting somewhere.
Right. So it's just that creative process where like something that's in your mind, but not even if you try to explain it as best as possible, it's just better to do it yourself. Because I'm like that too, where like if I show somebody stuff and I'm like, I mean, if I explain shit to somebody and they don't get it, I'd rather show it to them than actually keep over explaining shit.
Right.
It's just easier for me to show you than to over explain stuff to you. So like. So I can understand that creative process and their mindset, but like he really like because of the well, not only the manga. Obviously, he have outside health problems and shit like that. But of
Yeah.
course, being a manga artist, like really, it takes a toll on you, you know. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can see how old this guy is. 55 years old.
yeah.
God. And it's just like it's too young, but it's just like that's what Shueisha does, and like just the way that his publication and his publisher, not his publication, but just the publishers of Shueisha, the schedules they have to work off of is so unrealistic.
It really is, bro.
John,
Like they're basically at this point like the Disney version of freaking Japan, bro.
it's
But
worse.
but they're just it's just more on the Japanese side of shit than it being America, and they're more manga based. I mean, obviously they still lease the anime and fuck other shit licensed to companies, but you know,
It kind
still
of
still corporate mindset jackasses over there.
right. It reminds me because this news I actually just saw this news like before we started this podcast. But there are rumors that like Cartoon Network or just the West in general is trying to make their own anime.
Right.
Bro, that shit ain't gonna work for two reasons right here. Let me tell you.
Slave labor. That shit doesn't cut it.
Yeah.
They would cut it in America, so yeah, that shit
For-
not gonna work.
For one, modern cartoon industry tries to take the easiest route when it comes to animation to a point. It's they animate off of character rigging
Right.
and a little bit of just regular animation. And then two, the West does not understand anime like they really think they do. No matter how much I want to get into anime, as far as like creating like cartoons and stuff like that, or movies, I will not fully understand that concept because there are a lot of themes and like symbolism that is commonly used in anime that I have not seen a lot in my life, and I only just recently seen it somewhat 10 years. And thinking that people in the West are gonna try to that shit's gonna be awful. Beam, you wanna laugh? Well, guess what? You about to get one.
Oh my gosh.
This shit about to be ass.
I mean, it's gonna be like one of that shit where the next thing you're gonna see on CNN is like, we have a bunch of people leaving the animation studio in a strike because they've been overworked and they're getting underpaid because that's what is gonna happen.
I mean,
the anime is just gonna get outsourced again, like always, you know.
Oh yeah, it'll get out.
Yeah.
The closest they'll be able to get to it, I think, is if they follow the last Avatar,
Right.
or the last Airbender, because the fact that that's closest that you can get to animation, which they outsource themselves to South Korea.
Exactly.
So I don't know how people in America would be able to adjust to it, and I just think that
because that could be a booming business too, by the way, if they actually stick to that guns and do it.
I mean, that's what made cartoons so popular back then because they did have stylized sort of like anime like cartoons back in the day. Back in like 2005 with like Teen Titans, that was anime.
Right.
People like realize it or not, like that was anime. Just very Americanized.
Right.
But what they got going on now with Steven Universe, where niggas are like lines and that's it, no, that's not gonna cut it. You are not gonna have the same frames.
Even Rick and Morty, when Rick and Morty initially started, you could see the difference between then and now because Rick and Morty is now more leaning on the anime side than anything else, and it actually shows with the quality of the animation now.
They use puppeteering.
Yeah,
They use rigging for the way they animate,
right.
which is it's really weird.
You've seen the earlier episodes of Rick and Morty. That shit was terrible. It looked like the animation looked like paper cut out of 2D characters.
It wasn't
as fluid.
It is
Yeah.
now. Yeah. No.
Well, I think that whenever you do like cartoon parodies, they really do not focus on they really don't focus on like animation like that, like quality. Because like I saw like the first episode of South Park, bro. Those things are paper cutouts. You can literally see their shadow. You can see their shadow on the plane, the glass.
I always thought South Park is always paper cut out. That's one of the reasons I never really got into South Park because like
Yeah,
I just didn't
couldn't get
never
over
like the animation. Yeah,
Yeah, the animation.
That's how it
I
was
couldn't get
before.
into it.
That's how it was before, but now it's digital. They still have the same kind of like hoppy kind of movement and stuff like that, but that's just kind of like
The
the
signature
skeleton.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I still couldn't get into South Park. I
Me
mean, like
either. Me either.
the jokes are adult team and shit, but I never really got the jokes, and like it was just way too vulgar, and I just
Yeah,
couldn't get into South Park, and the
it's all like
animation was
it's a lot of gross humor too. And I don't really find gross humor
those things funny. No,
to be honest. So
yeah.
and
There's
it didn't help the animation wasn't fun. The animation wasn't fluid because Family Guy, even though it has kind of similar humor as South Park, at least the animation is clean, you know. Because
yeah,
Family Guy animation used to be like janky as fuck too. Same with American Dad. And
I miss that style of animation, to be honest, because I really don't like the kind of clean look, because like this whole clean look kind of turned them into like a more of a formulaic series, which is kind of the reason why Family Guy is failing as a show right now. That's what I don't want to happen with Rick and Morty too. They're like there is a fine
but
line of original and then just kind of going off of like what's worked in the
but
past. Like,
that's the thing with Rick and Morty though. They can do that because like if shit like that doesn't work with Rick and Morty, they can always reboot that shit by just hopping a different dimension and just straight up saying, yeah, that shit didn't work over there. Because have you seen some of the Rick and Morty animation parody where they did like with anime shit where like they had like a samurai team anime or whatever, and they just
yeah.
recently had a Voltron team episode. So like they can always like switch between animation and that shit works for them. But Family Guy is kind of difficult for them to do that because they just have that signature animation style that they use. But Rick and Morty, they can flip between any kind of anime style that they want because they do a lot of dimension hopping episodes, so they can just jump whatever dimensions they want and just change the anime style just to like mimic whatever storytelling they're trying to do, right? So it's gonna be hard for Rick and Morty to kind of fall into that same trap.
well, it can still happen. It's just whether it's the style of animation or just the content that they go for. Because the worst thing I think they could do is become a parody of themselves.
They're getting there.
Yeah, they're getting there. That's why I said like
they're smart enough to make fun of it.
Yeah, but I mean, the Family Guy does the same thing too. But it's like it's still not getting people's attention.
Ah.
I don't know. I really don't know. I just wanted to mention though that Darwin's Game real quick, that it was very weird how one of the characters, I don't even know their names, I'm not that invested, but this female character is voiced by the same chick that voices female Kid Trunks.
Oh, really?
Whenever she speaks, I could just hear Kid Trunks, and there's an episode in the very beginning of episode 2. She's just naked on top of the main character, and I'm like, what? Why? And to give context to what happened in the first episode, he beat her physically in a battle, and I guess she just submitted through that. And then all of a sudden, he found himself on her bed. She was just laying there, just butt ass naked, and he was like, "Why don't you have any clothes on?" She's like, "Well, duh, I don't want to wear my clothes before I go to sleep because I was too tired." Huh? Nah. It missed me with that. And again, imagine her saying that with just Kid Trunks' voice. It's hard pass.
That anime just sounds stupid right there.
It is really stupid. Like I said, it's one of those things where like the dialogue becomes too meta, to where they try to they say things that normally we would say as like commentary, and I'm like, yeah, this is getting old. Really,
what is that anime even about anyway?
So think of it like Sword Art Online without VR. This kid basically enters a mobile app game that is like a fight for the death. Pretty much, think of it as if you were, or if Beam were to go on his phone right now, and there was an Apex app, and he said, "What is this?" And all of a sudden, he just turned to Loba, and he had a fight for the rest of his goddamn life, where he was gonna die.
So like another isekai manga. I mean,
Pretty much.
another isekai anime. Man, there are really a lot of those going on right now. I don't know. I guess that's a new trend of anime style where people just teleport to another universe and become somebody else and eventually become the most overpowered ass character in that universe.
Bro, I'm only in episode 6 or something like that. He's already OP. He
Yeah,
went from like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to die, to where he's like summoning guns and shit out of thin
yep.
air.
That's how isekai mangas goes, man. Like characters go from zero to overpowered really fucking quickly, dude. Like, and
The
it
only
just doesn't
exception
stop.
is, yeah, the only exception I said is like Kirito,
Right.
from Sword Art Arm, because he just came out the gate just OP, and all the chicks were on his dick because of the fact that he wore all black and was just
Right.
severely
So bad,
overpowered.
badass as hell. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no redeeming qualities. It was a short 14-year-old with greasy ass hair,
Yep.
and apparently everyone just loved him. So I don't know. Did y'all see the casting for the Last Airbender, the Netflix one?
Yeah. Oh,
Boy,
man.
this shit hurts me to my soul.
Yep.
It hurts me.
I mean, we talked about
You gotta
this show
believe
is
you
gonna
gotta
be
believe in
shit,
your
bro.
your Netflix overlord, dude.
Yeah.
They said
The
they
show
said
is
they're gonna
be shit. The casting is shit. Like it's just
No, the casting is good. The casting is really good.
yeah,
That's the
and they
thing that
actually have
hurts.
people who actually could do martial arts this time
Wait, no,
around.
really?
Instead of-
really.
Yeah,
Nigga,
Okay.
you
the
can
kid,
see, that's why,
the kid who's playing Aang actually knows how to do martial arts. So
bro. The
that
kid
is-
looks like Aang.
he
That's the
does.
thing. That's why I said this thing hurts my soul. All these characters look like they look like they are ripped straight out of the cartoon. I'm looking at this, and when I saw it, I said, "Oh my god!" I said, "This shit's gonna
See,
hurt."
now that's
because
unfortunate. Like,
That's
It
what
is
it
why?
fucking.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you? I just don't understand why companies like this, like Netflix or whoever, they
Like
feel the
even
need
the
to just
the
change
Zuko
something.
characters look like Zuko, so like
Why
all of them
do you
look like
have
they
to
should be
change
like
know.
live
the
action version of
initial
themselves.
story to
Uh,
change it to this modern day Dragon Ball? What was that one? I forget the name of that stupid ass movie. Whatever that was, the live action Dragon Ball.
Evolution.
Dragon Ball
Evolution.
Yeah, this the way they make it sound is like it's literally Last Airbender Evolution. That's what it's gonna sound like because these niggas
Like-
are at school.
All of them,
Like,
like
what?
the way they're cast, they actually try to mimic like the real world version of themselves. Like what race they would be if they actually lived in the real world. So that actually does kind of mash up a little bit. But hey, let's
Yeah.
fingers crossed that the
They
story that they
actually
want
have
to tell
it.
actually works.
Yeah, they actually have a Native American girl playing Katara. That was
Right.
just like I was like, oh my god. And the thing that really sucks is because of the fact that I'm not gonna talk shit about these actors at all. Because
No,
the fact
I'm not.
that,
It's just the
like,
materials
they're-
they're given.
Yeah, because I'm not
It's not
gonna
gonna
talk
be our
shit
fault.
about these characters because they're kids. But I know for a fact that people who are fanatics of The Last Airbender will.
They're gonna.
They'll
they
they'll
will.
judge these characters.
Before they
They'll
even see
fuck
what
up
what
the
they're-
mind of Kid Aang or something like that. And I really hope they change it. I do hope that the plot isn't exactly like that because I don't want this to take place in California. Fuck that. I don't want to see Appa be a
No,
hatch
no.
car.
From what I heard, it's not gonna be modernized anymore.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Because I would really love that.
it said
would
it's
make
not gonna be taking place in current timeline. It's gonna be actually be like a fantasy timeline that
I
hope-
they'll advertise
Fucking good,
Avatar
I-
universe.
I hope that is the case. It makes it
Wait,
relieves my.
Tim, you didn't see that emergency awesome recent video that he put out?
Well, I
He was
didn't
talking
see
about-
it.
He was talking about that.
I didn't see it because like a lot of stuff was just conflicting. A lot of news is conflicting because the leaks that came out with the plot coalesced with the actors,
It did.
the cast. So people are thinking that all this stuff is going to happen, and
But
it's going to just be like
I don't
this-
know. Maybe the backlash they're getting, they're probably rethinking some of the things that they're trying to do. Maybe.
I
don't know.
hope it's like Powerpuff Girls CW where they decided to redo it. Which, by the way,
They did.
one of the yeah, of course, bro. The
I'm not
reaction
gonna
they
lie.
got.
I'm
the
not
reaction
gonna lie. I
that they
expected
got-
them to just push forward like they don't care.
No,
They're not
no.
gonna do that because they
The
want
way
to
the way
go on.
The way Twitter lit their ass up, the
Yeah.
CW was like, this was a mistake. They said that practically verbatim because
This was a mistake.
yeah, no, they said that because the dialogue was fucking terrible. The actress who's supposed to play Blossom, she's not there anymore. They lost her, so they gotta find a new person now because of the fact that it's so bad. I hope that's the same thing that's gonna happen for the Last Airbender, but who knows?
Oh
I'm
my
just afraid
god.
that Netflix is gonna try to recreate that Stranger Things vibe where everyone has to love each other, or some strange reason someone is gonna go against the natural lore. Like I said, I still think Katara is gonna get with Zuko, and then Aang is just gonna be smiling from a distance with a tear dropping down his face.
Yeah, because like I'm not gonna lie,
Oh.
like if they casting right now, like the kid who plays Aang, he seems way more super younger than how you say than the chick who plays Katara. So
Well,
like
they're only gonna be 2 years apart. He's about to turn 12,
okay,
so because she's 14.
right. Okay, yeah, I mean, okay, that's the same age range they were in the Avatar universe, so that makes
Bro,
sense.
how can you be that lucky?
Yeah, it is true.
How
That is
can you
that
be
is
that
true.
lucky where you have
True.
people not only at the same age, but it's like they look like the people. I mean, I'm glad that
Really
they're not
do.
older though, because the fact that since they are actually 14, 17, and all that stuff, they can't have them have like disgusting teenage sex scenes. I'm so happy about that.
And none of those stupid ass like crap like romance centric episodes either. All they're
Yeah,
doing is trying to run for that survival like it's so like damn Hunger Games in this bitch.
yeah, because again, CW is very guilty about that. Will have terrible characters because of the fact they want attractive 20-year-olds instead of actual people that's supposed to be their age. But we
Right.
ain't touching that.
CW, yeah, we've dragged them under the bus. So they just need to lose all their
They
fucking.
deserve to be dragged under the
Yeah,
bus with that shit.
they
Yeah,
need to
their
lose all
casting
their.
choices are crap.
They just need to
Yeah.
stick to
That's
their petty drama
screw
bullshit and not have
CW with that crap,
superhero
dude.
licenses at all, man. They need to lose all those.
I got some stuff to tell you too about the about one of the actors, but I'm gonna say it off mic. It's just like wild. But we saw some funny shit on the internet though. Bean, what did you see? Because you said this shit was hilarious.
Yeah, I sent it to you guys. You need to watch it. I mean, it's in there. Dude, this shit, I guarantee you will fucking laugh your ass off. This fucking fool, right? This dude had a fish in his mouth. And he's with, I assume, his friends or whatever. They had this, like, vat of fish there. Dude is dangling the fish out of his mouth. And
What?
meanwhile, these are alligator gars that he's feeding, which I don't know if you know the kind of fish those are. Those niggas have really hard exterior, like shells type shit. Nigga fucking tries to feed, and someone in the background, this is the funniest part, someone in the background is like, yeah, this is a bad idea. The dude himself acknowledges, yeah, I know. And as soon as that happens, the alligator gar, it gets the fish fine, but it literally headbutted this nigga so hard that he got knocked out, fell into the vat. Yeah, fell into the vat with the fishes. And like I said, that was funny that happened. But the funniest part is the dude who's recording, who's literally slapping the fucking glass as if
Bro,
this,
how stupid you gotta be? You think he's just kidding? You think you're gonna slap the fucking tank? And think he's just gonna wake up like?
What the fuck are you doing? Like, nigga, that guy has a concussion, bruh. You better get him out before he drowns. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
The way he just like slowly slides in there, and he's just like drifting at the bottom.
I told you, it's his
Drowning,
lifeless ass
practically.
body is just sitting there. There's like, oh my god, get him out! It's like, why the fuck would you do that in the
You
first
are
place?
stupid
you
as
idiot?
hell, man.
Like, you are such a fucking fool, bro. Holy shit, I was just laughing my ass off when I saw that, bro. I was like, this guy is a fucking fool. I do not
Oh,
feel...
he dropped it, man. He shouldn't have did that. So basically, he dropped the fish last second, And wait, did he? Yeah, he dropped the fish last second, and then you think the little fish that you're saying was gonna try to get it, and it ended up headbutting. That's what caused it to headbutt him.
Right.
Bro, he's a dummy. He is
Yeah.
a dummy.
Like,
bro.
look at this man. Nigga just fucking just slides in.
Oh my god.
Dude who's recording is just like, wake up, man, wake up. It's like, bro, what are you doing? This man has a concussion, bruh.
Bro, I ain't
Get
gonna
him
lie.
out.
I've seen a lot of funny videos where people really don't know how to handle each other when they're unconscious, when they're knocked unconscious, because the one thing you definitely don't want to do when someone's unconscious is try to shake them awake.
Yeah,
That shit doesn't work.
Doesn't work. You're just making it worse.
You're making it
Stop.
way worse.
Stop doing that.
I remember a long time ago I watched this video where some guy was trying to do parkour on a swing. This guy swung up, tried to do a backflip, landed on his head, knocked out unconscious. Guess what his friends try to do? They take his shoulders and just fucking shake him like they're trying to get some candy out of a little candy machine. And this guy's neck is just limp. Like his whole head is just like going like a bobblehead. And like people were like, bro, stop shaking him. You're gonna kill him. This is one of those examples right there, guys. That's awful. These guys and his friends are stupid. At least that guy banging on the tank.
Fucking doof, man.
Oh my
I don't know
god.
why you would do that, but hey,
I don't know why you would do that either.
Good entertainment.
That's like, why would you? That looks like a kind of fish that could. That's like a piranha. That looks like a fat ass piranha.
Yeah, no, those fish have like the only reason I know this is because of, like, river monsters, but yeah, those fish just have really hard exterior, like, plating. Like, they're prehistoric fish, basically. Like, they've been around for a long fucking time. And,
Oh my
like,
God.
I don't know why you would do that, but yeah. This nigga got a concussion for it. Got a concussion for it. That's all I can say. Fucking cool, man. Like, but, yeah. Funny stuff.
Funny stuff. The funny thing that I watched today was that Gordon Ramsay can't cook a damn grilled cheese to save his life. You guys seen this video?
No,
This guy-
I didn't.
This guy, I swear to God, man, this guy is known for calling you a dickhead, a donut, for just like slightly burning or plating a certain dish a certain way. He'll call you all these sort of names. But this guy will cook a grilled cheese in the most unorthodox way I've ever seen. First of all, I've never seen anyone use kimchi with cheese. Izzy, you've tried kimchi before, right?
That's the Korean dish, right?
Yeah.
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 I have.
You tried it with cheese?
Nope. I ate it
Yeah.
the regular way that it's supposed to be prepared.
Exactly. I have never seen someone use. I should have showed my grandma, goddammit, because she makes kimchi. My mom makes kimchi, bro. You're not supposed to put kimchi on cheese. At least not the cheese that this guy was using. He used two different types of cheeses. One looked like a damn blueberry muffin, and he was like, "Yeah, what I do, right? I just take this thick ass piece of bread that looked like toast, essentially, slapped it on there, and to make matters worse, he cooked the shit in a fireplace." He cooked it in the fucking fireplace. I looked at it. I was like, "Guy, what?"
What a
He
fool.
actually looked like a resident of Tamriel from Elder Scrolls. And then he
It's hilarious. He's clearly just bored.
Was he experimenting?
I have no idea what he was
Yes, I
doing,
don't
but
know.
it's just like I have never seen anyone fuck up a grilled cheese. You want to know a reason why you're not supposed to use thick pieces of bread for grilled cheese? Is so you can melt the cheese, not use like garlic bread toast and try to do that, because he burnt the bread, right, but the cheese wasn't even melted,
Huh.
so
I
he
think-
practically had.
I think I know what he was going for there. I think what he was going for was he finally got a ticket for a time machine and he's practicing his medieval cooking, so he should have stand out.
Bro, that's not even mid. Oh my god! I'm looking at it now. It's just like the cheese just looks like a Lego, with like the bread just like kind of burnt to a cinder, and he was like trying to convince the audience. He's like, "This is wonderful. No, it's not. You can't gaslight us, Gordon. You're a fucking donut for this one right here, man. I'm telling you right now.
Man, speaking of which,
And that is British.
a while back, yeah, that's true too. But I had saw him on that Hot Ones thing. That shit was funny as fuck. Like he was just losing his mind with how hot that shit was. Like, but
Yeah.
I feel like honestly, well, if he's took this seriously, I just feel like this nigga's bored. He's just like, you know what? Let me just make a video and just see what happens when I do this right here.
Probably. But it's just like I've never seen anyone actually attempt to cook something in a fireplace. That's just something that I'm not used to seeing. I mean, whether this be Lord of the Rings or Red Dead Redemption 2, I mean, this kind of seems a little weird.
Use the fireplace as a s'mores making machine.
My God, there was charcoal. There was like wood and charcoal in there. That can't taste good. Like, it's not for that. And I think there's a stovetop right there.
And that's another thing though, because apparently, well, maybe I watch too much anime, but like from anime logic, for you to become a good cook, you got to know your fires too. You cannot just be like somebody. You cannot know if you don't know your fire, then you cannot be a great cook. In essence, because you need to know how much heat your dishes need. So you gotta know your fire. Your fire is at, like I was saying, like
it definitely makes sense because the fact that there's a reason why people prefer propane versus charcoal grill, because the fact that you can get a certain kind of taste to it. That's why, like, some people would be like, oh, I want like a smoked hickory kind of steak. And like
the right temperature that you need on it.
Yeah, you
get adjust the temperature too.
Yeah, and you get that smoky flavor. I mean, it kind of goes with anything too. Like just temperature. Some things just taste a lot better cold versus hot. So I don't know, Gordon. You're a fucking dickhead for this. I'm gonna put it to you like that.
That's what he calls people anyway.
Yeah, no, seriously, bro. If you watch like MasterChef, him and Joe, he has like three. There's three chefs. It kind of switches the last one because there's this. I forgot what his name was, but another one was called Aaron. But Gordon and Joe are one of the just unnecessarily cruel chefs in this show. Joe will take a nigga's plate and dump it in the trash without even trying. He said, "Yeah, get this shit out here."
Oh no.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
Wait, so he literally like they'll put the plate in front of him, he'll just pick it up and just throw it away.
Oh, he'll look at it for a second. I remember this one episode. Well, granted, it looked like shit. It looked like this guy cooked with Play-Doh.
Oh no!
I don't know what he was going for.
Oh no!
But he looked at it, he picked it up, and he was like, "Oh, good." They had the behind the scenes. The chef was like, "I'm really curious what Joe's gonna say about my dish." This nigga picked it up, acted like he was about to go and try it, and he walked directly to the trash. He said, "I don't know what you're doing here, to be honest." He said, "If you actually think you're gonna serve this shit to me, you don't deserve to be here." And he broke the plate and everything.
What was his reaction to that? Was he just like, no?
Bro, every time that shit happens, they are dumbfounded. They are seriously dumbfounded. I wish I can remember when, like, the best moments. There's one where, like, a character was, like, on the verge of passing out, and he did. And then Joe was just like, "Come on, chop chop, get up! Like, you gotta move. Like, why are you here if you're can't cook something?" I don't know. I feel like a lot of the chefs are just unnecessarily cruel for the sake of entertainment.
Like, in that probably, but I know, like, in that Hot Ones one that I was talking about earlier with Gordon, like, he was saying a lot of his like teachers, his guys he learned from, a lot of them were really like, they didn't really take you didn't have much leniency. I'll say that from what he was saying. Like,
yeah,
you either got it right or you just get the fuck out of my kitchen type shit. So,
which is just like I could never be a chef at all, just because, for one, how fast paced it is.
Yeah, it's
and then on top of that, it's just like, having your sous chef and your like higher up chef just yell at you and throw the damn silverware at your foot or something. Like, I couldn't do it.
That's because most chefs are probably masochists or sadists. They just have
Masochist.
fun.
Oh,
They just
No,
have
they are,
fun,
like-
like taking pain or just dishing out pain. So
Well, I mean, no, because it's like these guys, they do take their craft very seriously. It's the same thing with like the Hunter hiatus ex hiatus guy. He takes the shit very serious, but it's to a point to where like this guy, these chefs just look at you in your face. They're like, "Tell me, how fucking stupid do you think you are right now?" They'll go to that extreme. Beam knows because we used to watch Gordon Ramsay tear into people on Hell's Kitchen like years and years ago.
Yeah. And then the ones with like where he actually goes to restaurants, I'm not gonna lie, like some of those people need to be talked to like that.
Oh no, they
Like,
just
because like they'll just have like some fucking disgusting ass like workspaces. It's like what are you doing, bro? You're serving people like moldy shit. It's just like what is wrong with you, man? Like you guys just don't care.
I'll never get past the person who decided to grill a salad. Like that was something that was just like that person deserved to be called a donut for that one right there because it's just like that was weird.
Oh man, one of my favorite ones that I always remember. He's just like, and what is this? He's like, yeah, I call it Andrew's absolute penny. He's like, you know what I'm gonna say? It's Andrew's absolute shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god.
I remember that episode too. 'Cause, like, everyone had like awful dishes, and this one girl made like she said like a 5-bean soup.
Oh. God.
And she like took the lid off. And he was like, "Oh God!" He was like, "This looks like a bowl of diarrhea." I was like, you know what? That was very uncalled for, but it's very true. That does look like a plate of shit.
it's more and it's funny when you're the viewer watching this shit because even though you're not in that situation, it's just funny that you also agree with the criticism because. Well, you're not in that situation, so it's just way more funnier.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not funny for the person it's happening to, but
nope.
hey, that's not gonna be
these
me.
people cry, bro. Like you see
Yeah,
like
they
tears
do.
in the eyes and shit when there's these students. Because this is like that life's work that somebody's just straight much shitting on right there.
I mean, it's definitely one of those things you can get like better at. Like, I feel like if you're on the show, whether or not you get kicked out or not, you will still have a job offer somewhere down the line because of the fact that they've seen you cook in person, and if you can impress any of the chefs at any given point,
Right.
this gives you an opportunity to
somebody is gonna definitely gonna hire you, even if you don't impress those chefs like present over there. Like obviously you have enough skills to be a chef for them to actually put you on the show, you know. So
Yeah.
you still have a
looking
chance
at it now.
somewhere, you know.
Yeah, I'm looking at a thing right now. Joe just slammed that shit so hard into the trash the plate exploded. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Like I said, I can never. I understand the criticism, and I laugh at these guys, at the fact that they fail. But at the same time, I can never do the same thing because the fact they have to cook so fast means they have to have the temperature up to a very high degree. So
They can
you
easily
fuck up.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because you can. That's what happens when you get like pink in the middle. Because if you cook the outsides too quickly, it won't cook evenly. But I'm not gonna get into the chef boyardee of this. So
That's funny.
if I was on that show, you know what I would do? I would carry a damn air fryer with me everywhere.
they kick you out. They like,
Yeah, they just
sorry, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they would just be like, cause like it's just funny when like Gordon knows like when he'll do like the restaurant one, like Kitchen Nightmares or whatever, and then like they'll bring him. He's like, yeah, I'll order this, this, and this, and he's just like, yeah, I can already tell this shit came out of a fucking microwave. I was just like,
No, you could definitely taste it.
Yeah,
You could definitely taste what microwave compared to like freshly cooked. It's,
yeah, you can.
The only
It's
thing I'd
disgusting.
argue to say it's better reheated or better the second day is probably spaghetti because it can marinate within the noodles. But
Right.
oh man, yeah, these guys.
Rarely do things ever taste better when you reheat it. Rarely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh my god. Did you guys know that Rockstar was going to be remastering their games, their old GTA trilogy?
Yeah, saw stuff
Is
about
that
that.
remaster or remake? Because if it's a freaking remaster, fuck that shit. They should toss that shit in the trash. If it's a remake, then please do it.
Well, it's sort of a remake slash remaster because basically it's going to be a remaster of GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. They said they're remastering it using Unreal Engine with a mix of new graphics and old graphics. That is sus as fuck, if you
I
ask
don't
me.
know.
I
Yeah,
don't.
that
It just
doesn't
seems like
sound
cash grab
appealing.
to me. Because fuck that shit.
Yeah,
Toss that shit out
I'm
the window.
cool,
They
bro.
need to
If it was a
make a
full
remake if they
remake,
were gonna make.
yeah,
Yeah,
I would pick it up.
I
But
would pick it up.
nah,
Well, see,
Remaster, fuck that. Nope.
the thing is I would pick it up if they do two things. For one, if they change the mechanics of the game because the old GTA games were choppy as hell. I'm not gonna lie, GTA San Andreas is by far one of the hardest GTA games out there. You can't catch that train. You get yelled at by this big boy on here on a little BMX bike. I can't tell you how annoying that gets. If they do that, and if they put it on PC because it's not coming on PC, then I'll probably get it. But they're gonna put this on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch, unfortunately.
I don't know. Like what from what I'm hearing, that shit just seems like a cash grab to me. Because if it is not a if not a full remake from the ground up, then it's just a cash grab. I don't see any way around it because
Well, I mean, like, I'm fine with this just because of the fact that I'm just glad that it's not GTA 5. And it's sad to say that because of the fact that it means that I'm settling, but it's true. I'm so glad that they're at least choosing to do this versus trying to make GTA 5 over and over again and then say it's an 8K version? Fuck out of here.
I guess that's another thing that probably and I'm not too excited for this because of how many times they fucking released GTA 5 already, and it's just starting to get annoying. So like the idea that they're trying to go back again to release something that it has already been released, even though it's like a over a 20-year-old game. I'm not really
Yeah.
excited for it. So because I know like these guys like well I wouldn't say I know them, but like that business model, I already know what they're trying to pull over here, which is cat how they
It
can
is.
like bank on people nostalgia. So
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, and I agree with you. It is definitely a cash grab. The
so
only difference is though is that if you try to play some of these games on PC, you can't do it because your PC is too damn advanced to handle any of these games. I tried GTA San Andreas in my old PC build, can't be done. It can't be done, and it's too outdated to actually be played on like modern consoles. So I'm happy that they're changing some of these things right here. I hope the mechanics are different because it would give me a reason to get invested into like the GTA universe. But no, it is definitely a cash grab.
yeah. See, like that's
Bring
the
back
difference.
Bully, please.
If it was like
well maybe
remakes,
I gotta
remakes
see
are-
gameplay of it. Maybe then I can be on board. But at the moment, I'm not sold yet. So
It's more just a thing. Is like if you wanted to play this thing again, then it's there. It's not really like that's as far as I'll get. But what were you gonna say, Beam?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, in terms of the whole remaster remake shit, I definitely prefer things to go on the remake territory,
remake,
where
right?
it's from the ground up. That's kind of like with like that's what was so awesome was when they did that Spiral remake basically, and it was like from the ground up. Like, look, it was like a completely different game.
Because at
Like,
this point, like I think what's this company that makes Resident Evil again?
Capcom.
Capcom. Yeah, they've really like they have set a good standards with the remake. So if nobody's making shit on that remaking something on that level, then fuck out of here. Don't remake shit. Get out of here with that crap. Because it's not
Hey, you're
remake,
not
it's just
wrong.
cash grab.
You're definitely not wrong.
Yeah. That's the thing that makes me just be like, yeah, like I'm not eager about it because of the fact that you're paying for the same game
Game
for
right.
$60.
with just some slight lighting textures, and it's just the same crap again. So like make it where it's like actual remake where mechanics is changed for the better, not same control system and all the other same crap, and just put better lighting or just put a better lighting here and there and say, hey, look, new game, even though it's the same shit. Because
Well,
like
so
remake is improved. It
yeah,
improves upon mechanics already established.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, again, Ratchet and Clank, although first one,
Right.
2016, it's just But no, I definitely hear you. And one source did say that they claimed to see the game in action, and they said the visuals reminded them of a heavily modded version of
GTA
GTA.
3, GTA 4.
Well, they just said of a classic GTA title. So
Oh, okay. It may be
yeah,
that because like even like GTA, is it GTA 4 or GTA 3? No, that's GTA 4. The one with Nico Bellic in it. Like
yeah,
people have modded it so much now it can even like like the graphic comparison can even compare to like the GTA 4 five games. So
yeah. I tried it. It's really realistic. But if you're just going to play a game for visuals, like,
yeah, that's not.
are you
That's why
are
I
you
said
really having fun?
Right.
that's why they have to improve the mechanics, because even that I don't care how pretty it looks, if this things still have like janky or driving mechanics and like janky bullet and gunplay, that's not remake or remaster. It's just the same old crap. Because
Yeah,
Resident Evil did like I said, they really improved on most of their old games. Like it was actually a remake. They just
Right.
used
yeah,
the same storytelling, the same story base, but it's actually a remake. They improve upon like that Resident Evil gameplay and formula.
Yeah, it's
So
true. It's
so
definitely
if
no,
they're
true.
gonna make a remake, they need to do remakes like that.
it's true. I mean, it definitely is. I mean, for me, honestly, with Rockstar, I just want them to put GTA. I want them to just execute GTA 5. I want them to take them out in the back alley, like Thomas and Martha Wayne, just put them out, just snuff them out, and just focus on another IP.
Speaking
I
of which,
really,
Yeah, they haven't done
okay.
Max Payne in a long
yo,
time, dude.
did you actually? I forgot to ask. Did you actually bought that Mass Effect Legendary or whatever or Bodacious Edition? I didn't.
Oh
I
yeah, I still need to
I
get that.
haven't.
I still need to get it.
Okay, I didn't buy it either. I was just wondering because that was supposed to be a. Was there a remaster or a remake? I don't know what the hell it was supposed to
I
be.
think
So
that one was more like a remaster.
Yeah, it was more of a remaster, minus Miranda's butt scenes. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that shit's pretty funny. But yeah, the most recent games that I actually just pre-ordered them. Like the first game like was pretty much a cult classic. I don't know if I ever talked to you guys about it, but it's called Psychonauts. Um,
I've heard of the Psychonauts.
yeah, it's a really good game. A lot of people didn't know about it until way later, and then it was only through like funding they were able to get from the fans, like the core fan base that they had, that they were able to get it off the ground, and also they got picked up by Microsoft too. So they were able to get their second game done, and it comes out this month. I pre-ordered that, and I also got that Kenna Bridge of Spirits game because that game looks pretty dope. That shit comes out like September, I think. So that'd be pretty cool.
I haven't I haven't looked at hardly any games like that. I'm living frugally. I'm broke as fuck. I can't do shit right now.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man.
I'm not even paying attention to the games, to be honest. Like, I know somewhere down the line, like, oh shit, actually,
Yeah, I've actually
it
been
might be
trying.
tomorrow or something. But Ghost of Tsushima, the DLC is supposed to come out at some point this week.
Dude, all right, bet because I re-downloaded it, but yeah, I've actually been trying to get a PS5, man. That shit has not been fun, dude. Like
Bro, I
literally,
ain't,
do not
literally.
fucking get a scalper shit, bro.
No, I'm
Did you
not.
do?
I'm not. I'm not.
Did you do what I told you to sign up for the PlayStation email alert through Sony website?
Yeah, I did that, but there was like a couple like restocks that happened. Like, man, dude, it
For the Walmart
sucked.
stuff.
Yeah, Walmart. I sat there for an hour, bro. Kept trying, it just didn't work. I was like, "Fuck you."
I'm
Fuck.
not.
Do not give in to the scalpers, man.
I'm not.
Just hold
Trust
out
me,
with
I'm
the
not. Like,
PlayStation
I'm
thing.
not paying $1,000 for a PS5, dude. I'm not doing
The
that.
PlayStation thing will come up come through for you because as long as you're an active PlayStation Plus member and you sign up for that shit, you'll just be surprised one day and you're just gonna check your email. Just make sure it's an email that is on your phone that alerts you every time you get an email. So as soon as that shit come through, because they always come through like a day or a day and a half before they do that. So as long as you sign up for that, you should be good, man.
Right.
Yeah, it's not even on my mind, to be honest. I don't even want the PlayStation 5. There's no point even actually getting it. The SSD shit is stupid to me.
It is.
Uh,
Like to tell you the truth, I haven't really play a truly PS5 game at all anyway because of how fucking expensive all the games are. I'm not gonna pay $70 for any of the game. That is already something that right off the bat when I was getting this shit, I already made up my mind. I'm not gonna be paying $70 for any fucking PlayStation PlayStation 5 games.
I'm getting this shit all on discount. I'll get a
I am.
PS5. I'll pick up Miles Morales on discount and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Pick all that shit up on discount
That's
because
all I'm gonna do. I'm
it's
not
just
gonna
it's
change
just
that
not
shit.
the move to try to do something like that. I don't even have the time for that. But hey, good luck with you, Beam. I hope you get it. I'm honestly tempted to kind of sell my PS4. I'm not. I didn't tell you guys that, but the fact that I just haven't been on it, and then I don't even have like PS Plus in general. It's just like, man, why is this thing even sitting on my counter or not my desk?
Oh, you didn't get that deal that I sent you last time? Oh no, you say you nah.
No, just because of the fact that like I'm just not on it. I don't
Right.
play it. Like I ain't gonna lie, I haven't done shit as far as like entertainment. Like watching TV and stuff like that. It's like probably like 15% of my life at this moment. I probably only play
Totally
like
understand,
games.
bro.
Yeah, I've only played games like a couple days and stuff like that, and that's just Red Dead. But nah,
Totally understand
maybe.
because I was doing the same. Well, I still am doing the same shit anyway because I'm trying to get my wisdom tooth pulled and I didn't even know like even if you set the appointment, you don't just go over there and get your tooth removed. They actually have to do a follow-up appointment where they actually have to scan your mouth and since it's considered a surgery, they have to walk you through all the steps of what they're gonna do before you come back for the follow-up appointment. So now I'm gonna go back over there on Thursday. So once I get all that shit straight and I can use my insurance to get all this shit straightened out, fuck that job. Time to go and start getting another fucking job.
This guy's about to get a mouth swollen like Kanye.
Yep. That is
That's
why
crazy.
I put in my PTO for Thursday and Friday, so I'm getting like a one. Technically, it's not gonna be a 3 day weekend, but at least it's gonna give me 3 days to fucking recover. And if I don't feel right on Monday when I wake up, telling those motherfuckers I ain't coming in either. So
I'm
Right.
probably not gonna get my wisdom teeth removed.
I
So
was planning initially to get all four of it removed, but once they actually like X-rayed my mouth, they told me like, yeah, they're only gonna remove the two left side because those ones were
what?
growing irregularly, and the other
Oh,
the other ones don't need to be removed because
bro, why
it's
would
not
they just
it's
take
not
them
it's not
out? That's weird.
huh?
Like,
No,
why would they not just take them
because they
all
they
out?
charge they charge you for that shit, bro. I'm not gonna pay extra for shit
Uh,
that is not gonna give me a problem.
Right.
Because the two right side isn't giving me a problem. It's the two left side that's fucking growing. Like one is growing inwards and the other one is growing outwards. So it's like keep fucking up my gum every time I chew or even talk or like just sit down. So
Damn.
Right.
they're trying to remove that. So I'm like, okay, if there's
I'm glad
they're
they
the
do.
they're the expert. He told me like that those two right side doesn't seem to be a problem, and it's true. I'm not having any pain from there, but if he said it's not a problem, I'm like, okay, you're the expert because they like after my insurance kicking or whatever, I got paid $780.
Damn.
Yeah, so
That's a lot, man.
so imagine if I'm taking out all four of it, I'm about to be looking at 2 G's or close to 2 G's. So I'm like, yeah, okay.
Dang,
What
get a
do
whole new PC with that amount of money right there.
so, and I've spent a good amount of money like this month already because like usually I don't like to spend over like my paycheck, but I've spent like double the amount of my paycheck now, so I'm close to spending about $3,000 already. So this month already, so yeah, I gotta find a way to make that shit back already. So
That dental care ain't no joke.
nope.
No joke.
Yeah.
Don't eat
It is,
ice,
so.
guys. Don't eat ice. That shit
Now,
fucks up your teeth.
now I understand why people be going to Mexico, bro, to go and get their fucking mouth and shit fixed. Like people will literally drive down the border and go to Mexico to get dental work done because it's much cheaper down there than
It was
doing it in the
way
US.
cheap. I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as to go to Mexico. I'm terrified to go.
But that's a big business though. Like
It is
literally,
a big
like
business.
the business, like right down there, El Paso. I think that's what it's called. But like right after you cross the border, like the entire town, it's all dentist office, bro. Because it's a big business down there.
I believe it. Again, I don't know. I just don't want. I don't want to go to a country just to get a procedure done. I forgot who's a rapper's girlfriend or something got trapped in Cambodia or Colombia, and that shit looked terrifying because she was. I think she was trying to get a BBL, and all of a sudden, Colombia just said, "No, we're about to have a coup instead." And she's like, "Oh shit!" Yeah, she was like, "Oh shit!" And she's stuck there. They won't let her out. She got
shit.
yeah, people getting shot at. It was wild. I was like, bro, that stuff ain't worth it. You're trying to get you're going over there to get your ass lifted up. You're about to get your head lifted off your shoulders. Like,
That's crazy.
it's not worth it. But yeah, that dental stuff ain't no joke. It's like one of the most expensive things out there. For me, honestly, because I don't want to get braces. I'd rather get Invisalign. Just because the fact that I know
isn't Invisalign a subscription based service though?
They gonna take that shit out of my mouth if I start paying for it.
I don't know.
I
thought that they'll make it where it lasts like it doesn't last right. So like,
well, they have a mold. I thought it was basically you pay money out and then they have you wear the guard and it just molds your teeth.
I don't understand the nuance of it, but like I didn't really think that it's like something that you because you know like if people have every time they have a good invention like that, they try to make it in a way where you continuously pay for it instead of just one and done thing, you know.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, it just seems like a good alternative to braces.
No, it is. It
very
is
fucked up. Like you got like ogre teeth or something, then you probably should get braces. But like Invisalign, it just helps you out.
Yeah, to straighten up your teeth and stuff.
Yeah, to straighten it. Because for me, I don't need braces.
And you can also eat. Can you eat with that on, or you can just take it out and just eat, then put it back in? I think that was one of the selling points.
I don't really.
That's one of the selling points.
I would imagine it's more sanitary to just
take it out and eat, then put it back in.
Yeah. I mean, that thing's gonna get stuck in between your teeth, so like that's probably good. But like, I don't know, it's kind of gross if you use that. But
right.
I don't know. I would never get braces. As someone who's like, as a 25-year-old adult, and it's kind of weird saying that, I'm never getting braces at this point. You had me at 14.
You've passed the point. Now you just look weird with them rocking around with braces. But I've seen like grown ass people who are like within their 20s have braces. But I guess
I've seen that shit too.
Back then it's just because they haven't came up with like the better alternative for braces, you know.
Yeah,
but now they have it. So.
It's just weird. I see like adult I see like women have braces and stuff like that. Like that's fine, but I don't know, just like a guy, just get a mouth guard.
It looks fucking weird, yeah.
Yeah, stick with your fucked up teeth, like J. Cole said. Like, I don't know.
I'm gonna say stick with your fucked up teeth, dude. Do you have GTA in the background over there? Because it sounds like it sounds like if Speed Racer just passed through. Now it's just all about fucking like popos and shit.
This man got an Avengers level threat going on in the background.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that shit is really annoying, which is great to say, man. Like, pretty soon here, I'll be moving back west, man.
Amen, bro. Amen.
Amen,
It's about
amen.
time.
Oh, it's a big up feeling, bro. It's a big up fucking feeling. And then, like we were established before too, you know, once the move happens, we'll do the whole season thing where this set of episodes we have now is like season 1, and then we'll start season 2. But that was a cool idea that we thought about. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait for the next chapter, bro. I'm tired of the East so much, so much, man.
Yep.
Hate it.
You're gonna be coming back to the West just to be staying inside for almost the rest of your natural
Right.
fucking life.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, heat
Real
wave over there is
talk.
just sweeping across the
Real
entire
talk,
nation, bro.
but at least I won't hate where I'm fucking living. So,
I mean, that is true.
like, that's,
Boy, is that true.
like that's
Fuck.
the biggest part about that. At least
I
I'll,
just gotta-
be
I'm
happy.
just gonna say, because I'm kind of like, it's kind of like the last important things I wanted to say, but niggas, stay the fuck home. And I'm not speaking to you guys. I'm just speaking to people out in general. Stay inside. God damn it. I'm so sick and tired of being inside at this point. I hate it. I hate the fact, because recently they had just did a mandate that we all got to wear masks. Who would have saw that coming?
Right.
And guess what people's immediate reaction was? A large select few was to protest about the mask mandate outside. I'm like, guys, this shit is getting to the point to where there's like the brotherhood of Greek evil going on right now. You got Delta variant, you got the fucking gamma radiation variant, Lambda variant.
Okay, let me tell you how this shit is now. With all this damn variant, this started like coronavirus is pretty much now like the fucking military now, bro. They're up like the damn virus is upgrading itself. It started out with the regular one. It's like, oh, y'all motherfuckers are creating a vaccine. We're creating super soldiers in this bitch. Then the Delta Force variant in there.
Delta variant is upgraded so much that shit go to Delta Plus. This shit got subscriptions with no ads, my nigga. Like, this shit is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That shit is upgrading itself and try to bypass everything that's going on, and people don't even seem to realize that shit. They keep complaining about the wrong shit.
Bro,
instead of just wearing masks and making sure it dies out. Oh.
I am just so sick and tired of being inside. I hate the fact that people still think it's so bad that some of these different variants are just completely vaccine resistant, especially the Lambda variant, which is like currently in like in Africa. Oh my god, man, I swear. This shit about to get like Division 2 real soon.
No shit.
Like people think, I feel like people just don't understand the concept of not actually having rights until it for sure actually happens, to where like people are like liquidated out of their houses, or like I like to call like liquidated the ghettos, like they did in like Nazi Germany. Because when it starts getting to a point where it's just like killing people like flies, like on some real serious shit, I feel like that's when people are gonna be like, oh, we should have listened. Too late now. We're turning into antelopes or something.
Don't understand urgency of like doing stuff right the first time, then you don't have to worry about it down the line.
And it's not even like a political thing too. That I'm not trying to make it. It's just an overall health shit.
Yeah. But like I keep saying, man, human beings do not respect each other. If we do not respect each other, this is the kind of bullshit that happens, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell my mom. I'm like, hey, you probably shouldn't go to. She's kind of our godmother. She's kind of my godmother, but I don't want to give her that title just because of the fact that she's just kind of stupid, in my opinion, the choices she makes. But I told her, I was like, you probably don't want to go to that wedding, because the ones in like Georgia and stuff like that. The reason why I asked, like, Izzy, like, how in the world are you doing?
Bro.
Surviving there?
I avoid people like fucking plague, bro.
Yeah.
You already know I don't even like people to begin with anyway, so
No, I get that, but it's just like you gotta work out in public though. That's my thing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like it's like mandatory for masks again at my job, so that's a plus side. But guess what? Motherfuckers at my job don't want to wear masks either, but it's like out of
infringes on my rights.
It's out of that's what they're saying, like trying to downplay everything, but like it's like either you wear a mask or you take your ass home. So
That's a good thing. No pay.
They're wearing masks now.
Yeah. See, I like that incentive.
So if you don't want to wear a mask, get your fuck ass out of here. You ain't about to put other people's life in jeopardy. Because it's just take one person to be stupid enough not to do what other people are doing, and then fuck all else. Everything is fucked now.
Yeah. I'm honestly like I'm trying to. It definitely goes in line with what I'm trying to do as far as like find a art job right now because I don't want to do remote anymore at this point. I'm trying to find remote because it's the healthiest thing right now because I don't want to go out in public and have to commute on the bus
Right.
to try to get to work. But I feel like I have no choice. I don't even want to move to a different state because of the fact that I have no idea what's going on over there.
Yep. Really.
I mean, the only reason why Beam's moving over here because he's been into the West.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I've lived there like most of my life, so I it's not like I'm going somewhere completely new, like, you know, Georgia or whatever.
Yeah,
Where
but like it's just it's just kind of crazy just to try to circumvent or maneuver around this bullshit, trying to find a job and stuff like that. It is, man, it's a hard knock life, my fellas.
Yeah, it really is. Like, shit is crazy. It's only gonna get worse. That's the funny thing.
It's only gonna get worse. It should have been worse.
It should have been worse the first time and get it over with, but well, we are humans. Stupid humans, but humans nonetheless.
I'm not gonna vocalize my true thoughts because it's just gonna sound fucked up and probably get like a search out on me. But it's just I'm so tired of these people that are just so selfish. But that's as far as I'm gonna go with it. Next week, though, I am looking forward to the manga chapters of Dragon Ball Super. Not really Boruto, just because of the fact they're on a lot of exposition right now. Vegeta is whooping Granola's ass.
Yeah, I saw that.
Apparently, he's like on some Broly shit where like the longer he fights, the stronger he gets.
Oh,
I
shit.
hope that's the thing where no, because there's a scene where like Granola punched him in the stomach and he said, nah, and just grabbed him by his collar and was smiling menacing like and was just socking the shit out of him.
He said, nah.
Yeah, no,
That's
seriously.
crazy.
He's bleeding from the lip and everything. He's just like, it ain't gonna work. Sorry, pal.
See, so there's
I mean,
some
he does have that
stipulation.
ass. He does have that ass whooping coming because that guy doesn't listen for shit. Telling him
Well,
like
see-
I'm not your enemy, but he won't fucking listen. So that ass whooping been a long time coming.
Yeah, I think Vegeta might win, and it might be like a thing where he whoops him, and then like someone interrupts the battle. That could happen. I see this as like a second form cell kind of fight, but a lot of people are kind of the Goku fans are pissed, and they're upset with. Well, they're upset with that, and they're upset with the fact that Toyotaro was like Goku has a long ways to go. Beerus was still dominate him. Because he's like, Goku still has to fight. Goku was still below Whis, the Grand Priest, and Beerus. But it's like, what do you expect?
Yeah, like, and honestly, probably not until the series is over is Goku ever going to reach there anyway, or Goku and Vegeta, I should say. They're not reaching the gods before the series ends, bro. They're just.
I honestly would feel like Vegeta has a higher chance of reaching that, just because of the fact that Vegeta fights to get shit done.
Yeah, that's what I love about his character, bro. Like, there's just no bullshit. There's no, like, you know, maybe we can give him a chance for redemption. No, nigga, if he's trying to destroy Earth, you fucking die. Like, that's just.
For Goku, that's not even the case anymore for Goku. He's more of a thing. He's more of a, like, oh, I just want to test his battle power because he's, like, so confident that he'll win. It's like he read the script before. It's like he read the script to the actual show. It's like, but no, Vegeta's like the kind of person who gets shit done, which I like.
I mean, that's the entire reason I don't even enjoy Goku's fight anymore. I enjoy Vegeta's fight scenes more than Goku's fight scenes now, which is like weird to say because Goku is supposed to be like the main character, but his fight scenes are not interesting anymore because he just makes stupid decisions.
Yeah,
It's
he
literally
does. He does.
it's literally happened ever since Super came back, or even Super started.
That guy has not grown up for shit. He's like a
Nope.
big giant baby that just puts everybody who is close to him life in danger, and he does it like he's fucking smiling about it.
I argue that Goku is worse now than he was in Dragon Ball Z.
He is.
Yeah, he
Goku
is.
and like the
There was a
boost and
clear
the Cell and
disparity.
Saga was super serious. Even when the Saiyan Saga,
I think
Yeah.
that's why everybody wanted what's that shit like Super Saiyan 3 to come back, because at least that version of Goku actually, even though he does some stupid shit, at least he's actually a little bit more serious than anything else.
yeah, but you have like Ultra Instinct though. That's the argument that I always make is like you basically have Super Saiyan 3 Goku right there, where he's super serious, he's focused, yet he still gets
But
his
he's still
ass
doing
whooped.
stupid shit. Right.
Exactly. So it's like it doesn't really matter what form he's in, he still gets his ass whooped because he just
Guys, yeah, he's
Nigga,
just fucking stupid.
he is being told by an angel. Imagine if you got told by a deity, you need to change this shit up. That's like if God himself said, you need to stop doing this, stop
Stupid
smoking,
shit.
and you keep doing it? What do you think is gonna happen?
Then when you cry about it when God gives you cancer, you say,
Then you're
God,
like-
why you did this to me? It's like, bitch, I just told you to stop smoking, you fool. What did
And
you
then
think
we-
was gonna happen?
And then like Goku, you're sitting here with a hole in your stomach, chest, or arm, and you're just like, oh, yeah, I fucked up. Like, yeah, no shit.
Talking through straws and shit.
Oh man.
Mm.
Yeah, Goku's such a stagnant character.
But yeah, that's another thing, like how like why Dragon Ball like it's I mean Dragon Ball Z has not really like been my favorite series for a while now, because like I hate main characters that doesn't grow with as time passed with that series. It just pisses me off. That's the entire reason Pokemon also really started pissing me off back in the day, because I really just like all the time like I was a kid. Like the idea that I was growing up and I'm watching a series that the main character never fucking grows up, that should just fucking
Yeah.
it just pisses me off.
I was
I
gonna
was like,
say
oh.
like I don't like it when a character just never ages, and
Right.
then to make matters worse, the updated animes they make him look even younger.
Younger
He
than
looks
ever.
like he's like 7.
Same reason I fell out of Ben 10 too. So like it's just one of those things that
right.
yeah.
I was thinking of Ben 10 when you were saying that shit. It's just
Well, like Ben
oh,
10,
man.
but Ben 10 works.
Ben 10 is
because-
it's understandable though, because
Yeah.
like, it already ended anyway, and they just pretty much just did a soft reboot. But it's a soft reboot that is also a continuation of the story, so it kind of makes it like annoying at the same time, but not as annoying because it is a show for kids.
That's low key complex. The
Right.
lore of Ben 10 is low key complex, but Pokemon no.
No,
It's just a guy. It's just a 10-year-old kid involved with dog fighting. Some of them have electricity powers. Some can squirt on a nigga. But other than that, it's just
Right.
dog fighting for kids.
and
and
as
then
long
it
as I can
changes.
remember, I've been like I saw Pokemon like when I was like 8, 9 or so, or even younger, and that shit never fucking like main characters never fucking grew up. I'm like, nah, fuck this, man.
It doesn't appeal to me.
I just didn't really like Pokemon. I gravitated more toward Digimon than Pokemon, but like that's way back in the day anyway. So
Right.
I gravitated more towards Yu-Gi-Oh because at least the shit seemed interesting. I mean, for some reason, Yu-Gi-Oh cards are like
I could never really get
the
into
most
Yu-Gi-Oh.
valuable thing in an economy, to where you get paid in Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You're either in the military or you're shooting decks. But other than that, I don't know. I definitely agree with you. That's why I like My Hero. I'm gonna get back into My Hero. I did see that recent chapter where Deku just kind of went over the edge, and he had that character moment where he was kind of going a little Sasuke-ish.
Clanking all his teammates.
Yeah,
I mean, if he was in full health, he would have just killed all of them anyway. But he wasn't like evil. He was just telling them to get out his way because they're pretty much all weaker than him.
yeah, pretty much.
They're trying to help him though. But
I mean, the
he's-
resolution for it is just like, dang, I could feel the emotion even though I haven't been caught up. But yeah, that shit is like a lot. I was like, this is a really good
Yeah,
franchise
and
here.
even though they fought so hard to bring him back, he finally came back. And these civilians over here pretty much say like this man should go away because it's his fault that they all have to evacuate and hide from this villain or whatever. I'm like, you
I mean,
fucking fools.
I like animes or just shows or whatever that has the premise of trying to become a hero, but ends up stepping to like the line of being a
Between
villain.
good and evil. Yeah,
Yeah,
they play with that a lot because like that's actually what they were playing with like when the arc started, but eventually they didn't go too far because Deku actually came across a hero who was actually like pretty famous for being like a great hero, but like in the background you actually realize she was a hero in the shadows who was actually like you know how like in My Hero like they have heroes who arrest villains in public, right? She's a
yeah.
hero who was in the background actually killing villains,
She
and
was going Jason Todd over these
that was
guys.
actually her job as a hero
Dang.
to actually kill villains who cannot reconform back to society.
He said, "I'm going Punisher route." They had their chance the first time around. No more. But
Like that
yeah,
was actually her job, but then she got screwed over and eventually got put in prison after she got ousted. Even though
damn.
that was her mission as a hero to actually put villains down.
Yeah. I just like that model of a story where a character like that, because that's why I like Attack on Titan. I mean,
Right.
I'm not gonna
Right.
overhype and be like it's the best thing in the world, but I
No,
thought it
it's
was
not.
really cool that Eren became a villain
Right.
for another reason that people weren't expecting.
Nope. Because he was actually a good villain. He's really believable that all his actual friends actually believe he was that evil,
Bro,
which is kind of telling that of the kind of friends he got. These motherfuckers actually believe he was that evil, even though
no,
they were trying to
he
bring
was
him
really
back.
good. He
Yeah.
was really good at it because it was just how he sold it. Because this guy was dead inside. If you guys watched the end of season 3, this man was dead from the inside out.
I
Like
mean, you couldn't blame him. He lived in a shitty world. Like the first thing that he one of his best memory was, or should I say, one of his better memory was his mom getting eaten by this fucking behemoth
he said
of
a
a
better
creature.
memory.
So I don't know. I don't blame
Yeah.
him that he was kind of fucked up inside, and really
Yeah.
there wasn't anything good going for him at the moment.
Right. I just know that when the season 4 or the season 4 had that episode where he gave that speech and he said, "I'm gonna move forward when my enemies are dead," and his eyes started glowing green. I was
He
like,
says,
"Yeah, this,
"Stop." He's
this
evil
shit
now.
ain't gonna be peaceful.
Nope.
Yeah, he will know no peace."
Man fell way to the dark side, and he was going ham like killing babies and shit. This man was killing everybody.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, bro.
Yeah,
He's
but
like,
no, you didn't see that, bro. You gotta watch. You
No, I
gotta watch
still need
Attack
the
on Titan.
footage.
eh,
I remember me and Whitty were talking about it couple like episodes ago because like we were both excited, just the animation, just the story, because this man was playing for keeps.
yep, he was doing one of that thing like whereas like for the many to live, there's like a few have to die.
Yeah,
So he
except
was
this
just
you
like,
turned to 100.
yeah, a few turns of millions of people, bro. Like he was just like, yeah, he was going in on that crazy psychopath shit.
Because
But
even
he was
even
just doing it for the pretty
Armin,
good.
yeah, Armin when he did that scene where he like was on the little canoe, and then the Navy was just like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" He looked at him and they just saw the electricity. They said, "Oh,
Fuck.
it just
It just blew up
just
and he
blew
turned into
up."
a
He
damn
duped
titan
him.
and everybody died.
Yeah,
Like, damn, this man is savage.
yeah, exactly. But that's it for me though. That's what I'm looking forward to next week. Again, we got another what if. What is something else supposed to happen next week? I forgot. I don't remember, but yeah.
Alright, yeah. Like you saying, what if next week? I don't really have much else to talk about either. So we can wrap it up. Episode 27. Thank you if you made it this far. We appreciate you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will catch you guys later.
Peace.